Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
I love that I'm a woman when I just said that.
Well, it's way easier for you to say that than me.
I'm part woman.
I'm watching this fucking Johnny Depp.
I haven't, but I'm dying to know about it.
I'm watching this trial like it's a cautionary tale. It's a cautionary tale about believing in bullshit, like forming a narrative in your head, like we're rebels together. We're gonna, you know, that's what I felt like about Anthony Bourdain and his relationship too, that crazy woman. Mm-hmm. And then you're seeing it all play out in court, like you're seeing all the crazy come out. You know, do you know the fact? Like he talked about her shitting in his bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So hot.
Do you think?
No.
No, right? It's a real problem. Hard to forget.
It's a real problem.
That's hard to forget. But she said that she used this specific makeup to cover all of her bruises that Johnny gave her, which is not true. And,
specific makeup.
And that specific. Well, the problem is it was a specific makeup, and it turns out that the company didn't even make that makeup at the time that she was claiming she was using it.
Oh wow. That's crazy. Really?
Yeah, but that's what happens with people like that.
Yeah.
People that are just completely manipulative and full of shit like that. Doug Stanhope knows her. Stanhope's buddies with Johnny Depp, and he wrote something about, like, I forget what he wrote. I think he wrote like a little essay about how full of shit she is, and she threatened to sue him, and I think he had to wind up taking it down. I hope I'm not fucking that up. But he knows her. He knows her well, and he's like, she's out of her fucking mind. And I'm like a crazy actress. He's like, yeah, like those are real.
Of course, there's a ton of them.
There's a lot of them.
That's why they're good.
That is why they're good.
Yeah, they're great actresses.
They can just start crying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole Johnny Depp thing is just, he was famous when he was 20, and I don't think you get any kind of perspective like that. I think you're fucked. It's like making cement, but you don't add in all the ingredients, and it's like, oh, it never cured right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Johnny Depp, what happened? It's rough.
It's 55 years of coke.
He's not great. 75.
He looks great for what he's doing. He's like 60, right?
Yeah, but then he started at 5.
He started doing coke at 5. How old is Johnny Depp? He's got to be 60. What is he, 58?
58, yeah.
58.
He looks like it's 55 years of donuts. Coke, it would make you look thin. And no,
well, he's not athletic. He's not like working out.
Yeah.
And he's not taking care of himself. And for a long time, at least, he smoked cigarettes. I don't know if he still does, but all those factors, they contribute to poor health.
The outfits aren't great either. Where is she shopping?
He's both of them, right? Like she's copying him supposedly. She like mimics his outfits.
Let's see.
What's going on here?
He just had a weird tie on.
Oh, it's just white.
Just white? That
short?
looks like it's very
I think that's
short.
Vest. I think that's a vest,
Oh,
guys.
yeah, okay.
It's tucked into a vest.
Oh, okay, that is a vest.
Yeah, it's hard. We're looking at low resolution photos. I mean, the whole thing is just...
He has a bob.
Here's the problem. Even if he wins, she doesn't have any money. Like, if he gets $50 million in a settlement, the only good thing is everybody knows now. And this is a good thing. This is one of the reasons why it's good that he did this. Everyone knows now. Like, there's something wrong with her.
Yeah.
Like, there's something wrong.
Right.
Like, there's some sort of, like, mental issue. Whatever.
Well, there's a lot of mental issues. And you said she shit in his bed. See, I haven't been
didn't say
following.
that. They said that.
Who's they?
The people on the news.
Well, they're always right.
That's what I found out the last year.
Okay, so they said that she shit in his bed. For what reason?
Jamie,
to
what
mark
happened here?
territory?
Johnny Depp testifies
That might be,
Amber Heard ate a cheesy gordita crunch from Taco Bell. That might
Breaking
That might not be,
news.
yeah.
That might be fake.
Let me see.
Okay, let's see.
That might be fake news. We're going to find out whether or not Amber Heard shit in the bed next on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's see this. Well, I'm trying to... yeah, okay. Here's Newsweek.
Okay, clips of Johnny Depp accusing Amber Heard of defecating in bed go viral. Imagine what a slow week for news. Newsweek is like, fuck Syria, forget about the Ukraine. Let's
There's
find out about
children's
pooping.
hospitals being blown up in Ukraine, but let's find out if she shit in his bed.
Look at him. I'm on my side of the bed. Was human fecal matter. Let me hear how he says it.
It wasn't a good time. Human fecal matter.
Jesus Christ.
So I understood why it wasn't a good time to go down there. She was sitting on one side of the couch. I was sitting on the other. That's when she was trying to explain a few things about Coachella and then the fecal delivery, and saying that it was the dog. And I'm sorry, I could not agree with her. I lived with those dogs. I picked up their fun. It was not the dogs.
Look at his face. First of all, this is a big win for Johnny Depp. And a big loss for the Pirates of the Caribbean. How about fuck you guys? You got rid of the best fucking pirate you've ever had for a crazy lady. You fucked up.
Fecal delivery.
Yeah, fecal delivery.
Daddy, I just made fecal delivery. Can you change me?
What's fecal delivery?
That's a nice way of saying in court. She shit the bed. Because you can't say that in
I
court.
made a fecal delivery.
What happens if he said she shit in my bed in court? Do they kick you out? Do they get mad at you?
She made a dump in my bed.
I bet you could say dump. She dumped. Excuse me. Objection. The defendant is using slang.
She fucking shit in my bed.
Yeah, fucking bitch, shit in my bed.
Did you see him smirking?
Yeah.
That's what made me laugh so hard.
Yeah.
He got
Through all of this. But this is like what can happen to a guy like that. If you get caught up in that romantic idea that this is my woman, and he didn't even sign a prenup. He was worth like $300 million.
Oh, my God.
And he didn't sign a prenup.
What an idiot. You know what? Then he
Well, Amber insisted we were in love. We wouldn't need a prenup.
and I didn't expect her to take a fucking shit in my bed.
How long were they even married for?
I don't know, 11 days.
I just said they're in Virginia, in Fairfax, Virginia.
That's where the court is?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like favorable for plaintiffs there. You know, because it's a civil case where he's suing her for $50 million. It's like a defamation case. The thing is, it's like there was a video or an audio recording that came out where she was admitting to hitting him. She was she changed this narrative, and the way she was talking about it publicly is that he was abusive, and that she was just his victim, and she tried to protect him by not telling anybody. And then I think that's roughly it. And then there was this audio recording that he had secretly recorded where she's talking about hitting him, and he said, "You punched me." And he said, "I didn't punch you, I hit you." And
I didn't punch you. I hit you.
Yeah, that's a good voice.
No, you punched me.
No, I didn't. I didn't punch you.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you totally punched me.
You totally punched me.
No, I didn't. I brushed against you.
Yeah, and you deposited feces in my bed.
I think the finger argument when she cut his finger off.
This is the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard.
Yeah. What were they arguing about? I want to say it might have something to do with the prenup. The finger
I
argument.
think it was about the depositing of feces.
Can you imagine if it was the other way around? If the woman had $300 million and the guy was like cutting her finger off because she wouldn't sign a prenup?
He'd be put
throwing
in
a
jail
bottle
for
at
the
her.
rest of...
She threw a fucking bottle at him. Why did she find out, please? Because I don't want to get sued.
Did they ever explain why she deposited feces in his bed?
Well, the fecal delivery was unexpected.
I coughed and it just came out, Johnny.
She probably did X-Lax, like cut ecstasy. Like ecstasy that's cut with X-Lax. You know they do that.
With X-Lax?
Yes, they cut cocaine. They cut cocaine with X-Lax.
Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
No,
Because
not at all.
cocaine is already X-Lax.
They definitely do. They do it because
Why?
Because they're dirty people that are just trying to make money off you, right? Like the drug
That's
dealers.
horrible because cocaine made me shit like a motherfucker.
Did it?
The second I did cocaine, I shit my brains out.
Really?
Yes.
It's like coffee then.
Yeah, you never did cocaine?
No, I've never done cocaine.
I didn't know that. That's incredible that you've never done cocaine. It made me go right away. It made me anxious, so I went immediately.
When I was in high school, one
Yeah.
of my good friends had a cousin that was selling coke.
Yeah.
And I saw him literally lose his life. He's still alive.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything fell apart. He lost all this weight. It was just hiding in, they had an attic apartment. They were in this attic apartment all day. And all they doing was doing coke, selling coke, and watching TV. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's bad. I had a very hard time on that. I got very paranoid. I looked out of a peephole for 6 hours at a time.
Depp said he painted with the blood on his finger after it was cut during a fight with Heard. During the testimony, a violent argument, Australia, 2005, Heard claimed resulted in the tip of his finger being cut off. But what was the reason for it? Heard threw 2 vodka bottles at him, and when one exploded, it sliced his finger to the point where the bone was exposed. But what was the argument about? I think the argument was...
This is what he wrote on the mirror. It had to do with Billy Bob.
Reminders.
Billy Bob and Easy Amber. Oh no, Billy Bob Thornton fucked her. That guy's a stud. He
fucks
fucked Angelina
everyone.
Jolie. He fucked her.
Which is so, I mean, I would kill to fuck Angelina.
How much would you go? Just like a puppy?
Like a whole kindergarten fucking class of my own children.
Oh, back then too, she was super young.
She
and
was
smoking
hot.
And they were doing the blood thing where they took each other's blood and put it in a vial and hung it around their neck.
Yep. Yep. They
That
must have
happens to
been
people
doing
sometimes.
wild shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes them couples, them fiery couples,
Them.
they get together. They get together and that's what happens.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they mix liquids and fucking
throw bottles at each other.
Yeah. Fucking bash each other's heads into the wall.
Shit in each other's beds. Fuck. We're partying. We're rock stars, bitch. Billy Bob Thornton insists he didn't sleep with Amber
He
Heard.
says it's not true.
Oh.
That's what he says.
Well, if he's saying that, it's probably not true.
Her eyes look, it's crazy. Look in her eyes.
Yes, or he wants to fuck her again.
Oh yeah.
And
He's like, I
he might be
didn't, but
single.
I will now.
Maybe he wants to fuck her again. Maybe he's single and like she contacted him like, this is such bullshit. Like fucking John is doing this to me, and it's like it's so dramatic. And I don't. Yeah, listen, that sucks. Listen, don't worry. I mean, I'll cover for you.
If you want to deposit feces in my bed.
Wow, okay.
Fecal delivery. The fuck. It's like we're getting a chance to see through this Will Smith thing with Jada Pinkett, through this Johnny Depp thing with Amber Heard. Like these, you can't. They're not just like protected by publicists anymore. It's not like they can just hide and you think of them as these impossible people who are without flaws. And then when they die, you like see the autobiography and you're like, oh, Joan Crawford was fucking crazy.
Right. That's so true. You found out years later
Yeah.
that they shit in a bed.
That's what it used to be
Now
like.
you see it.
Now
You
s-
actually
yeah,
watch
you
them
see
shitting in
them
a
shit
bed.
on OnlyFans. Amber has to pay the bills. Imagine it's like Amber shitting the bed on OnlyFans.
Now,
like, that's her only
pretty
thing.
soon you're going to watch the shit come out of some celebrity's asshole.
For sure, if they need money, right? For sure. For sure, if it gets hard, it's hard times, like in between films.
Did you
know?
see the shit come out of Britney Spears' ass on video? It's all over the internet. Like, you're going to watch someone shit now.
Somebody had a really good point. Who'd they compare Britney Spears to? They were like, why is it that Britney Spears, that her parents claimed conservatorship over her? But like, look at all the male celebrities that are off the charts fucking crazy, blowing all their money. Who did they use as an example, though? Someone recently. God damn it. I wish.
A guy?
Yes, it was a guy that's out of their fucking mind. That's
I'm trying to
blowing all
think
his
of
money.
who's really out of their mind, who's blowing money.
Kanye, maybe? Maybe it was Kanye.
Does he blow money? Like, I mean, he
He has
does,
so
but
much
he has
money.
so much that it's like,
He has an unstoppable amount of money,
Right.
Because he got money coming in constantly from all the Yeezys.
yeah.
Like the Yeezys sell off the fucking fly off the shelves, and all of his other businesses, and then his music, and then he's got that brilliant music player. Have you seen that music player?
no.
It's fucking incredible. It looks like a UFO. What's it called again? Stem player, right? It's called a stem player, and you can mix music on the fly with it.
Holy
and he released
shit.
his new album only available on this music player.
What a brilliant idea.
Brilliant. And he sold like 2 million copies of it immediately. So it's like what he's doing with this is, first of all, he's cutting everybody out, all the parasites that suck money out of him, cut them out, and he creates his own platform for the music. He doesn't just create his own music. Mm-hmm. He creates his own platform for the music to be delivered to people. And he's so big that people are like, we're in. I'll buy your stem player.
Brilliant idea.
Brilliant. He's a brilliant guy. Like, there's no doubt about it. He's crazy as fuck, but in the best way possible, like in the most creative way possible. Like, he makes fucking I'll show you something, but we can't show it on the podcast.
Okay.
Because we'll get in trouble because people get mad at us. But this is something that he posted on Instagram, and they took it down when he was going back and forth with
The Pete thing?
Pete Davidson, because Pete Davidson is banging his lady.
Which is so crazy.
It's kind of funny.
I love it.
It's kind of funny.
I love it so much.
Where is it? God damn it! I hate like lulls while I search, but unfortunately that's unavoidable right now. But this that thing is crazy too, right? Like here you got.
I mean, Pete has got the hottest. It's crazy.
Is it? This is. So he posts that about Pete Davidson, but here's the best part. Underneath it, last one for tonight, maybe.
Maybe,
See,
maybe.
This is maybe. Last one for tonight, maybe.
Meanwhile, that's the biggest lie on earth,
Yes.
from what I've heard.
Well, he's. Oh yeah, the other
Biggest lie on
about
earth.
the meme. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
about that fact.
Exactly.
About Pete.
About him. Yeah, exactly. The meme that he wrote.
Yeah,
Yeah, the kid's hung like a horse.
hung like a fucking horse
Yeah.
from a first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid slinging dick.
Slinging,
Slaying.
slaying,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you want to
Well,
say.
he's slinging dick and slaying.
Yeah, both.
He's out there.
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of amazing. I mean, just the general numbers the kids put down.
Beyond.
Yeah, like famous people too. Mm-hmm. He's lovable in some strange way.
I love Pete.
You know what?
I've known him since he was a teenager. He's amazing.
He branded Kim's name on him.
He did?
Branded.
Where?
Like Yellowstone. You ever watch that show Yellowstone? You got to get the brand.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Where did he brand her name on him?
I don't know, because he tattooed her name on him several times.
What?
And then she was like, well, you could always get rid of a tattoo. And he's like, hold my beer.
This is unreal. Good for you, Pete.
Is that good for you?
I don't give a shit. Who cares? At
Look at
this
you.
point, who cares?
I'm waiting for the trial. I want to see the Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian trial.
I wonder where he branded. I hope it's on his asshole.
On the asshole itself?
Yeah, why
that
not?
That can get infected.
At this,
'Cause
that's
you gotta
not
poop.
good.
You can't cover it up. Poop's got to come out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Unless you fasted for like a couple of days before the brand, so you cleaned out the pipes.
I don't know. You just made me think of food for some reason. You have an amazing vending machine here.
It's not bad, right?
I don't know. I was just talking about branding assholes, and I thought of your vending machine.
It's good. It's healthy stuff.
It's incredible. I just got
And it's free.
700 things from It's empty.
Yeah,
I'm Jewish.
that's okay.
I literally pressed every button on it.
We can
My
have
bag
cases
is full.
sent to you. I'll have cases of
Thank
stuff sent
you.
to you. You don't have to steal.
I want everyone to know. Has anyone talked about your vending machine?
I don't think so.
I think your people here were like, oh boy, I took a lot out of it.
Did you eat the protein bites?
Yes.
Those are the best. The coconut ones with dark chocolate.
I took that
Ooh,
one.
Those are good.
He has this vending machine with all this healthy shit in it, but it's really good. And you
Yeah.
can press whatever you want. You don't have to put money in it. And I love free shit. So I pressed every fucking number.
Good for you.
It's
You'll
great.
like it. You should try the Alpha Brain stuff. Try that stuff.
I did. I got the. What do
Have
you
you
think?
tried it before, though?
Never tried it. I got the memory thing, the
that's
immune
Alpha Brain.
booster.
Have you ever used any kind of nootropics? Do you
No.
know what nootropics are? Do you know
No.
what it is? It's they're supplements that increase memory and brain function.
I got them. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to try all of them.
It's real. There's a bunch, not only the stuff that we sell, that Onnit sells,
Mm-hmm.
but there's other stuff that I love, like that stuff on the table over there is Neuro Gum. That stuff's fantastic.
What's that? What does
It's
that do?
Gum. I have no affiliation with these people. Although I do think they bought ads, but I don't think we ever did them. Did we ever do a Neuro Gum ad? Maybe one. The gum itself is good gum. It's tasty. It's like they have cinnamon and mint. But what it does is it has caffeine, it has theanine in it, and some other stuff, and it essentially enhances brain function.
Oh,
There's
that's great.
certain
I need that.
supplements.
I'm brain dead.
You seem very lucid.
I'm I can focus when I'm in a conversation, but my brain is real. I've done a lot of drugs in my life, Joe.
When did you stop?
At this point, like a year and 7 months ago.
Nothing now.
Nothing.
No coffee?
I can't.
No cigarettes?
Oh, no, I do coffee.
Oh, that's right.
Ton of
Got
coffee.
No
But
cigarettes?
No. No, I can't do a little bit of drugs.
Did
I'm
you ever
an
smoke
animal.
cigarettes?
Yes.
You did?
A lot.
What was harder to kick, drugs or cigarettes?
Cigarettes was fucking hard.
Really?
It was very hard for me to stop smoking cigarettes when I stopped. Like I sobbed. It's it's an oral thing. It's like it was such a habit.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's like quitting smoking, quitting drugs was really tough. But I've it's not like I quit once and stopped. Like I've relapsed at certain points. So it's
What was your
not-
favorite drug?
I'd say, pot was always a big one, but pills mostly. I've always loved pills.
Like what kinds?
Painkillers. I loved Ambien. I know that might sound crazy
Really?
to people, but I love being knocked out, and and I love cooking a whole meal and not remembering it the next day.
I had a bit about it in my act because it really
You
did
did?
happen to Kevin James.
What happened?
Kevin James went to the store. I think he got a turkey, something crazy like that, and cooked it and forgot everything and woke up in the morning and called the police. And he's like, "What the fuck is going on? Somebody came into my house and cooked food." And I think
I would be on the road and go to the vending machine and wake up with like the wrong way on the bed with wrappers all over me and chocolate over. I'm like, did I go down on someone's ass with like shit all over my face? Like I was like, what the fuck happened?
delivery?
Did I go down on Amber Heard? Like it was insane. Like I just love blacking out. So I was up to taking like tons of pills a night of Ambien and then smoking tons of pot and I have kids. Like I can't do that at this age. I can't be taking tons of Ambien and Xanax and.
When you would take that stuff, if you take Ambien, like, did you feel rested the next day?
No, because I took. I felt like I was run over by a truck.
And you still took it again?
Oh yeah, I
You were
couldn't
like-
wait. I'd be counting down the hours till I could take it again.
Really?
Oh yeah. I wanted to die. It's a slow suicide. It's like wanting to pass out. I wanted to knock myself out.
So when you take it, how long do you take it before you knock out? Like before you pass out? An hour or so?
I would kind of milk it. I'd
Yeah?
want to stay up to feel that, like,
The
just my
loopiness?
eyes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Oh
like
yeah.
that?
Oh yeah. I love feeling whacked out of my mind.
Why is that?
I love being really, because my brain doesn't stop. I'm a nuts. My brain, so I
Right.
love just knocking myself out. So I would have a vape pen of pot. So I would take that and then I would just suck on that for as
Wow.
long as I could until I pass out. Like I would never take a hit or two. I would suck on it like a fucking nipple. Like I. And then I would take Xanax. Like I'm an animal.
Right.
I'm an animal.
You just keep going.
Yeah, there was no like a little bit and just
Right.
get a little hot. I would want to knock myself out.
Go hard or go home.
Yeah, so then like I would just wake up and there'd be like chips on me and like a pill on the floor, like the TV blasting, and like my kid would just be staring like, "Mama, time to get up." I'm like,
Oh,
fucking
no.
crazy.
Oh my God. And
I'm
that's
like,
just
okay.
to
So
sleep.
And that
just
was
to
because
shut it off.
COVID really freaked me out. And it's just like, I can't, it's not going to work.
Oh, so you went double hard with COVID?
Yeah, because
So
I'm like,
before
I had
that-
a whole week of, my special had just come out, my Bill Burr, Comedy Central special. I just did the Tonight Show for the third time. My career was exploding, and then fucking COVID. And I'm like, oh, no, this is not, I can't be home right now. I've been on the road for 23 years. Now all my work is canceled for a year, and I'm home.
Right.
I lost it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to do drugs again. Like, I was like, I'm done. I'm not okay. Like, I'm not going to be okay. So I just was like, I can smoke a little. And then that was it.
How long had you been sober before that?
I mean, I've had years, 8 years, 6 years. But when I stopped working on myself, I would start just smoking pot, and then I'd start taking pills and that. But I haven't had a drink in 22 years,
So
22 and a half years.
That's the one that you felt like is the most toxic. I want to keep away from that.
Yeah. Well, no,
Really?
I never loved alcohol. But when I drank, I would get cocked out of my mind. But
I kind of wish I knew you then.
everyone says that.
I think it would have been
Everyone
fun
says that,
for you and
but
I to get blasted one
I know,
night.
but you know what? Like when I go out with people, every comic says this. They're like, you feel like you're more wasted than everyone in the room. Like I act like I'm wasted constantly.
Right.
So
Well,
it's-
you're silly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so silly.
Yeah. But that's great, though.
Yeah.
That's great because you can maintain. There's a lot of people that get really boring and morose and fucking weird, depressed after they stop.
Oh, I know. I'm
quit
not
doing
like that
drugs
at all. I'm so silly. Like at the at the Moon Tower industry party the other night, I fell over on it's on my Instagram
that.
page.
I saw it.
I fall into things all the time. I crash into tables and chairs like at uptight parties. I'm out of my mind. I'm like a fucking 4-year-old.
How come every industry party has to have a large placard? Like there has to be some wall with logos on it.
No one even takes pictures in front of them. And
But
if
I
you
don't
do,
understand. But you can't just
I
have a
don't
party.
know.
You have to have that wall, right?
It's so stupid. It's when no one even addresses. Well, some people do, I guess. I hate everyone.
But what a weird thing that people have, like that one big wall where someone's supposed to stand in front of and take photos.
I know. I mean, it's the world's ending. So everyone,
That's the only time it exists. That kind of thing.
they got so mad at me too. The people that put it up, they're
For
like,
falling?
"Well, I did it on purpose."
Oh, you did?
Of
Oh.
course, I grabbed onto it and dragged it off. Wait.
That's what- you
No,
did it on
everyone-
purpose?
Of course, Joe. I do it at every party. Watch how
Oh,
I
watch.
grab it. Look.
They got mad at you?
Yeah, they're like, "That's really not funny that you grabbed that." And
Who said that? That guy right there?
yeah, and I'm like, I'm okay. It's okay. This is what I do. But all the comics died laughing because they all are used to it at the Comedy Cellar. I do it at the Comedy Cellar all the time. And the booker, Estee's like, "Why do you have to do that?" You know Esty. She
Yeah.
goes, "You have to crash into furniture here. It's not funny. You're going to break the table," because I do it all the time.
But whenever a guy has to come up to a comic and say, especially a funny comic, and go, that's actually not funny. Don't do that.
yeah.
Oh, it's not funny to you?
Oh,
'Cause
no.
you like your placard?
Yeah.
You like this big fake wall that you put up with logos all over it? Is that like where you going to fucking draw your line in the sand?
Well, that makes me want to burn the whole party down. Like, I want to just take a torch and burn the whole fucking party down
So
when someone
stupid.
tries to,
Shame
censor
you.
me or shame me. Yeah.
You didn't even break it.
No,
You were
I
pretty
didn't-
gentle.
I know how to do it because I do it all the time. Everyone's like, "How do you not get hurt?" I'm like, "Because I do it all the time." I love when people get annoyed. It makes me want to do it more. I'm like a 4-year-old.
I'm glad you're sober. I hope you stay sober, but I wish I knew you when you were partying.
Maybe I'll just relapse so that you're happy.
Just a little bit. Just relapse a little bit. We'll have rehab on standby.
I'll go
ready
to your
go.
I'll go to your house and like not tell anyone, and I'll just relapse with you a little bit.
No problem. Just a little bit. The falling down thing, I
Yeah.
always, I have this theory about Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Because, like, everybody hates Chevy Chase. He's supposed to be an asshole.
I know.
and real
I hear that a
I
lot.
think he's in pain all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. And I think he probably gave himself brain damage. If you watch all of those old SNLs and you watch all the Fletch movies, how many times did that guy fall down? Like all those Pratt falls?
Oh, yeah.
Those are bad. Like some of them are really bad.
Look at him.
Like no bullshit. Like
You're
the guy
right.
fell
Oh, my
constantly.
God.
Look, I mean, there's a whole thing. Like, dude, let me tell you something. If you do this over and over and over again, you're going to get hurt. There's no doubt about it.
You know, you're right.
And he's not like an athlete, right? So he's falling. He's just trying to make it the most spectacular fall. Look how he's falling. Look how he fell off the fucking stairs like that. Watch this. That is bad. And dude, this happened fucking hundreds of times. He did this on stage, on television, in movies. I mean, he's not faking these falls. I mean, he's trying to protect himself a little bit from falling down, but he's fucking falling, and he's falling a lot. And so when you do this, and you do this dozens of times, 100 times, who knows? I guarantee you he got injured. I guarantee you his back's fucked up, and most likely his head's fucked up.
You know, you're not lying at all, because when you're like that, like me, you're going to do whatever you have to do to get a laugh and to get attention, because I'm filled with self-hatred and I need everyone to like me.
I'm sure he is too.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're going to do whatever you have to. I mean, like, I don't care if I get hurt. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go full force on it to get a laugh.
Well, the thing is, if you fake fall and it looks fake, no one laughs.
Of course.
You got to go hard.
Yeah. You have
gotta-
to slam your head into the ground if you have to get the laugh.
He's going face first off the side of stairs because it's going to be funnier that way.
Yeah. Did you know Chris Farley?
I did not know. I met him once. He came to a set of news radio when we were filming, and he looked gray like cardboard.
Really?
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget. He sweat like a thin, oily sheen of sweat on his face, and his skin was gray. And I was like, holy fuck. He was partying with Andy.
Oh my God.
And he came to the set. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
He
looks
was to me
terrible.
one of the funniest. I laughed so hard at him I couldn't.
Oh, his pratfalls were insane. His energy level was insane. I mean, you go back and watch those movies like Tommy Boy, like he fucking went for it. You want to talk about a guy who went for it.
Right. That's why he was so fun. John Belushi. I mean, these people were fearless and just.
But that's my theory about Chevy Chase, and I think it's real. I think Chevy Chase got hurt a lot. And I think when you get hurt like that, you're probably constantly in pain. And the other thing is, like, the amount of times he fell and hit his head, it's not a small number. It's probably in the hundreds. Like, when you fall and hit your head like that, that's how, people don't realize this, but a lot of soccer players have traumatic brain injury from heading the ball. People who ride jet skis too much get traumatic brain injuries just from the bouncing. Bah, 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 bah. That throttles your fucking brain, rattles your brain. I guarantee you he's rattling his brain. He's falling down over and over again. The guy's probably got brain damage. Like, he's probably all fucked up because you keep hearing about Chevy Chase yelling at people and saying
I've heard
fucked up
horrible things about Chevy Chase.
But I think that's probably what it is. I'm not exonerating him from responsibility. I'm not excusing him. But I guarantee you one of the reasons he's so fucked up is all those falls. What's
that new shit about Bill Murray? Did he just hit on someone or something?
I do not know what he did.
I don't
I saw
either.
the thing that they shut down production, and the fucked up thing is it's like Aziz's movie. So Aziz
I
is
know.
making it. So Aziz is like, yikes, shut the movie down. I mean, Aziz went down for a consensual sexual encounter with a girl who felt like he was too pushy.
Right. It was something about, wasn't it about eating someone? I love
he
saying
ate her
that.
out. She blew him.
But
he
eating
wanted
out,
to
do you
keep
know how
going.
old of a term that is? I
Eating
love
out?
saying eating out because that's from like when I was younger.
Is there a new term?
Did you eat her out? Yeah, going down on. Isn't it like.
Going down's been forever.
I love going to third. Third now is.
Third is fingering. Isn't it? You don't go third with your face.
No, I think
you slide in face first.
No, wait a second. People are going to talk about this from the podcast.
Second is breasts.
Yeah,
First is making out.
Third is
Kissing.
eating out. Isn't
No, you're a dirty person. You're
Wait
you're
a
doing
second.
horrible things.
This is going to be amazing. Wait, a home run is sex.
Yes.
So isn't third eating out?
Well, if you ask Bill Clinton,
Who cares what he thinks?
Well, I did not have sexual relations with that girl, but it was sex because she
Third-
blew him. Remember?
Right.
Like everybody said that was sex.
Right.
So
that's
it's
not
oral
sex.
sex.
No.
But it's
Right.
oral sex.
Right. So third is eating out.
I think that's sex.
Eating out.
I think eating someone's pussy it counts as sex.
No, not to me.
Wow. So you can just do that forever? You're always good? Get to third?
I think so.
And you're a virgin.
Yes. Yes. Sex, a penis in a vagina
That's it, the only
is
way.
home base.
Okay. I could see it if you're playing it that way.
What do you
but
think?
Third base has always been like touching genitals.
Okay.
Right?
Glamour magazine agrees.
Thank you, Glamour Magazine. It's the one thing we agree on. But like fingering somebody, grabbing dicks.
Now
that's third
first
base.
base. Okay. So now first base is like anal.
Apparently, there was a study where they said that a lot of teenage kids, because of porn, there's a high percentage of teenage kids that are doing anal.
I know.
My thought was, what kind of fucking scientist are you? Imagine those scientists that are engaging in that study. Like, what do you want to study? Do you want to study the frogs being affected by climate change? You know, the carbon in the atmosphere? No. How about kids butt fucking? How many kids are butt fucking? Is it more than before? Like, you got charts and graphs. This is when the butt fucking really kicked in. Somewhere around 2007, that was when smartphones came available. Butt fucking escalated.
I know. It's a lot to think about when you have a teen.
Yeah.
When you have a daughter. I mean, I do too.
Yeah.
I don't really want to think about.
Yeah, tell them not to do that. Don't do that. It's not worth it.
No, it's
worth
not.
it.
Unless you go slow. What were you going to say?
Hey.
Yeah. I don't know.
You could have a fecal delivery, unfortunately. I think I want to know if that's true about the X-Lax, because I'm pretty sure they cut cocaine with laxatives. Let's make sure that's true, because I'm not a non-cocaine
That's an evil
user.
thing to do. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anyone listening to this that has done or does cocaine, it is a laxative.
Let me say this: it's fairly evil, but it's better than fentanyl. Don't cut it with fentanyl.
I
killing people.
100%. Please don't cut it with.
Don't be doing that. What?
Couple of interesting things. This is the American Addiction Center's common cocaine.
Oh God!
additives.
Look at this.
Common cocaine additives include laundry detergent, laxatives in there, caffeine, boric acid, local anesthetics like procaine, and creatine. These all come in a white powder form that's visually indistinguishable from the standard form of street cocaine. They're not particularly dangerous, but also not something that you generally want in your body. Small particles in laundry detergent can build up in arteries and cause dangerous blockages in heart, brain, or liver. So the only problem in that list is laundry detergent, apparently, because they singled laundry detergent out. They don't give a fuck about you causing a fecal delivery. What is boric acid?
I think it's also laundry detergent.
Oh.
A form of it. Let me see.
Really? Ooh, really? Roach powder.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's roach powder. Oh my God. Oh, so it's okay. Boric acid is a weakly acidic hydrate of boric oxide with mild antiseptic, antifungal, and antiviral properties. The exact mechanism of action of boric acid is unknown, generally cytotoxic to all cells. It's used in the treatment of yeast infections and cold
Well,
sores.
that's good. You won't get a yeast infection.
Yeah, there you go. Like while you're doing
Because
cocaine.
that's a pain in the fucking crotch.
I'm sure.
That's annoying.
Dudes can get those too, right? But
yeah,
not
I
as-
think so.
Yeah.
It's great if you can do coke and not get itchy.
Maybe that's it.
It's
that and
really
cranberry
great.
juice. All together.
Yeah.
Just clear it all out.
Yeah, I'd rather that than get diarrhea.
Really?
Of course. I mean, meaning I'd rather not get a yeast infection than
Well-
get diarrhea.
So what would be better, a yeast infection or diarrhea?
Diarrhea. A yeast
Is better?
infection is horrific. You want to
People
take
die
a
from
rake to
diarrhea.
your pussy.
Really?
It's horrible.
A rake to your pussy.
Yes.
I'm never going to forget that.
A rake. Not even.
Just that fucking metal.
That's the name of
when
my
you
new
say
special.
Rake, you see the rake. I see the rake.
Yeah.
I see a
I'm
vagina.
not kidding.
And I'm like, no.
Yep.
That doesn't go
A
there.
rake. A full size rake.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I just snorted. I'm not kidding.
A wire
it's bad.
brush.
It is so.
One of those grill brushes.
It's sandpaper, like a grill brush would be amazing
so
on
what
that.
do you do when it itches that bad?
You itch it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Then it gets
Yeah.
infected?
Yeah, you take a fucking raccoon claw. You take whatever you can. You go outside and you fucking capture a raccoon.
Little tiny hand.
You
dig it in
kill
your
a
pussy with this
raccoon.
little
Yeah,
tiny-
you kill a raccoon and you cut off its fucking arm and you rake your fucking pussy with a raccoon. You do whatever you have to. It's that aggressive.
Oh, God.
It's so itchy.
Oh.
It's bad.
And what do they do for it?
You get medicine. You have to call your gyno and you have to. There's over the counter, but you have to get a prescription.
And is
it's
it
horrible? I
does
haven't
it
had one in
affect-
years.
How long does it take for that to...
I mean, now they have good medication. It can take a couple of days, but it's horrible.
So for 2 days, you're just itchy.
But it's so aggressive that you get like the chills. It's like like it's
Oh, my
bad.
God.
I know.
I'm like, I have a phantom pussy right now.
I know.
That I'm itchy
I
in.
feel that you do.
I'm
like I get it.
I'm trying to imagine.
It's bad. And it can go all over. Like it's just bad.
It can go everywhere, like the outside area.
Yeah.
It's weird that we have this strange relationship to bacteria because it's vital. You have to have bacteria, and some of it just goes rogue. Some of it goes bad. But we're an ecosystem of bacteria. Like every human being you have more bacteria cells than you have human cells in your body.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have, like, I get it. I know we have to have it. It's just, I don't know. I mean, and you can get it just from having sex too much. I mean,
Right.
it's not, like, it's hard to avoid getting those.
Does a yeast infection come from an imbalance? Does it come from an abrasion and
Not
an
an
imbalance?
abrasion, I don't think.
No?
I think it's an imbalance. Can you look that up? I don't know. I think it's an imbalance.
Some sort of because they know that's one of the things they use for with jiu-jitsu. A lot of people get different rashes. You get like
really?
ringworm is one. It's a big one.
Have you had that?
Yeah, I've had it. Here it is. What is the main cause of yeast infection? Yeast infections are mainly caused by a yeast-like fungus named Candida or Manila. Okay, that's the same stuff that people get in their gut. Candida is what makes when people eat a lot of sugar. Candida loves sugar. This fungus is a normal resident in your body. Usually your body's immunity keeps this fungus under control. It causes infection if you are sick or are taking any antibiotics.
Right. If you take antibiotics, you can easily get one.
Right.
So you take you should eat yogurt and shit like that.
Is Candida, look up, is Candida the stuff that people have in their gut when they eat too much sugar? Is it? Yeah, that is it, right? So what the point was that a lot of people, to combat that, they start eating a lot of healthy bacteria. So they eat a lot of probiotics. Mm-hmm. Like one of the things people love is acidophilus. Acidophilus is really good, especially like the serious stuff that you keep in the refrigerator. Yogurt, things with like active yeast cultures. I like a lot of kimchi and kombucha. Those are my favorite probiotics.
I like
love
that
kimchi.
stuff too.
Kimchi's fucking great.
I
that
like
stuff.
kimchi also.
Yeah, but those things are good to like have a good healthy gut biome. You know, you got to add some probiotic to it.
Do you ever eat sugar?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I just don't eat it a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, I love sugar. Everybody does.
No, I know. I just didn't know if you stay away from like sugar, white flour, shit like that.
I do. I do for the most part.
Yeah.
I stay away from white flour for the most part.
Me too.
But every now and then I'll have some pizza. You know, I'm like I'm not dogmatic about it, but most of my diet is just meat and fruit. That's most of my diet. A large percentage of it. Occasionally I'll have like a corn tortilla. Occasionally I'll have a piece of pizza. Occasionally I'll have pasta or something. But I feel like the best diet for me seems to be like unprocessed, natural whole foods, very lean meat. Like game meat is my favorite, but with that you have to have like bacon or something. You have to have some fats. Mm-hmm. Like you need fat. You especially need fat if you're on like a lean meat diet and you're just eating like salads and lean meat. Like where's your fat coming from? Like unless you put a lot of olive oil on your salad, you're going to need some kind of fats.
Do you do cheeses and stuff?
Yeah,
I
I like
eat
cheese.
very healthy. I mean, I've lost a shitload of weight.
Yeah, you look great.
Thank you.
How much have you lost since I first met you?
Oh my God. I mean, I've lost altogether, you're not going to believe this, but about 150 pounds.
That's incredible.
It's incredible. But
I
I
believe it.
eat like the way you eat, but I don't eat sugar and white flour. But I eat like brown rice or sweet potato a little bit, not a ton.
Do you know Laura Bites?
Yes.
Laura looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I know.
And when I met her, she was big. And she just decided over COVID, she's like, hey, I realize like fucking fat people are dying of this shit.
That's
like
what
she
me
said.
too.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to lose weight.
Yeah.
And so she got super dedicated, but she's so brave. Like, she posts photos of herself, like, before and after, and puts it on Instagram, like, shows, like, her at her worst and shows how she looks now. You know,
Yeah.
and she just wants to let everybody know, hey, I did it. You could do it too. It's totally possible. I never thought like that. I never thought I was ever going to be lean. And now she looks fucking great.
Yeah.
She's lost so much weight.
Yeah.
She's super dedicated too. She goes on the road with me sometimes, and she's always in the fucking gym. Like, I get down to the gym, she's already in there, already fucking hoofing on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Like, she puts in her time.
I mean, I don't think a big part of it was because of my kids. Like, I'm an older mom, and I'm like, I have to be okay. I mean, I'm not
Right.
going to live long if
Right.
I don't get healthy.
Then
It's
who
not
takes
fair to
care of
them.
Right. And then you have that thought, like, oh my God, who takes care
Exactly.
of my kids?
They're going to lose their mother.
Exactly. Fuck.
It's real.
That's real.
Like
yeah.
Tim Dillon and I just did the podcast, and it was all it was really funny. Did you see clips of it?
No, I haven't seen any
Oh
of
my
it.
God, it's hysterical.
Was it his or yours?
It was his
podcast.
podcast. But there's a clip. It's actually on my Instagram. You should pull it
Okay.
up because you're gonna fucking die. We talked about the fat movement, that people are saying it's okay to be fat, and you know, I'm like, it was not okay. It was not okay how fat I was. Like, it was like, I don't agree with the whole thing. Like, it was. I should not. This is a very short clip.
Fat
but
activism.
yeah, it's.
Pro-fat movement now. It's very interesting, the fat activism. As people who've struggled with our weight, it's interesting to see now it's gone the other way where fat people are like threatening people
I've
on
been
social media.
330 pounds, and no one should have been promoting me. I was disgusting and should have been shot. I should have been hunted down and shot. I was an animal. I should have gotten help. Someone should have gotten a net and fucking put me in a cage and help me.
So.
But there's a movement now.
Well, I needed to move. I needed a lot of movement.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
I mean,
I'm in a group chat, and someone sent me this. One of the people in the chat sent me this thing about Lizzo's new show.
that's what we talked about.
Oh, okay.
What did you?
Because like, there's this like transgender person on Lizzo's show, and they're all like together. They're the big girls, and they're doing exercise together, and they're like 10, 15 seconds in, they're having fucking heart attacks.
That's what we talked about.
You
That's
guys talked about
exactly
it
what we
too?
talked. He said, "What if someone had a heart attack?"
Yeah, it's possible. It's like legitimately possible.
Yeah.
Like, this idea that that's okay and that's good. That's as insane as drunk activists. That's as insane as someone who's just shit-faced 24 hours a day with no concern of their liver, and everybody's like, no, you do you, boo. You know, you just, it's cool to be drunk. Like,
Well, listen, I mean, I get how hard it is. I've had a weight problem my entire life. I
It's
mean, I
hard.
went to fat camp as a kid. I talk about
really?
it in my act. Yeah.
what do they do in fat camp when you're...
You get more fat. So every summer I went.
What do they do?
I first went, I was 10 pounds overweight. The last summer I went, I was about 100 pounds over.
Oh
so
my
I got
God.
fatter every summer. I
fucked
got
you
fatter.
up.
100%. So if anyone's sensitive to fat or being heavy, it's me. But I think it's a major disease. I look at it as a disease and an addiction. So I don't look at it like, oh, it's just I eat too much. Like, to me, it's a real addiction.
Well, your mind can play terrible tricks on you.
Mm-hmm.
And your mind can convince you to eat when you're not hungry and just keep eating.
Right.
And this hate eating. Like,
I wanted to kill myself. So I It's to me, it was a slow suicide. I literally hurt myself with food. So I'm serious. Like I fuck my face with food. Like I don't chew.
What was your go-to
I don't
food?
chew.
You don't chew?
No,
You just-
I fuck my face.
Like you
I
can't
literally
get it in there quick enough.
No, I will eat a whole sandwich if I didn't think I'd choke to death.
Like a
I don't.
seagull. You ever
it's
see
like
a seagull
face fucking.
swallow a rat?
No,
Jamie?
I might die if I see this, but
There's a video, I think it's in Italy. A seagull swallows a rat whole, and it's not a small rat.
oh my god.
It just picks this thing up, throws its head back, opens up his mouth, and just choke. Watch this. Here it is.
Oh no.
Watch this.
Oh
Look
my
at this.
god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Birds don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Watch this again. Look how he picks that
Oh my
rat up.
god.
He just swallows the whole thing up. He found a dead rat laying on the street, probably poisoned, and he just swallowed the whole thing. You know, that's a real issue with raptors. What is that one? A starfish.
There's a few things. I
Holy
saw one that
shit.
said it eats a pigeonhole too. I didn't click on it.
Yeah, I've seen the
But
pigeon.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How does that decompose in that thing's body, in the bird's body? I'm curious.
Not good. The bird's going to die if that rat's poisoned. Because then the
Wow.
poison that's in the rat is now in the bird, and it'll eventually go through its digestive tract and enter the bloodstream. That's how there's an issue with owls in the hills.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are poisoning rats. So they leave rat poison out. And then
Oh,
the
right.
rats get picked off by the owls, and the owls wind up dying of poison.
Oh,
and hawks
owls.
too. Hawks
Wow.
too, yeah. Because those are the ones that keep the rats, other than the coyotes, they're the ones that keep the rat population in check.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So when some asshole, doesn't like rats near his garbage can, instead of putting traps, he'll put poison. That poison gets into those other animals and it fucks up the ecosystem.
That's fucked up because I think most people do that, don't they?
Well, a lot of people do.
More
but-
so in the cities. I would assume more people use poison than they do traps.
Yeah. Both of them are not that effective. Traps can be pretty effective if rats are stupid. But the problem is once a rat sees a trap and sees another rat get snapped up in the trap, that rat will never get snapped up in a trap. And then once a rat sees, like rats send other rats out to check poison. They send smaller, younger rats out. And they'll sit back
Really?
and watch. Yeah, it was a Netflix documentary.
Animals are amazing.
They're pretty incredible. Well, it's evolution. I mean, that's how you evolve and stay alive. It's natural selection. They've figured out that there's an issue whenever this thing shows up. So let's send. Seems to be some food out here.
What
is
the
it?
fuck is that?
Whole rabbit, dude.
A whole rabbit. Wow.
Oh my
Jesus.
god.
Is the rabbit already dead? It seems like it is.
I mean,
Take it from the beginning. Yeah, the rabbit's already dead. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Man.
yeah.
Look at that.
The fact that the rabbit is like half its body size.
I've
Like-
never seen anything like that. Look at that.
Wow, it's nuts. Jesus Christ.
I mean, I get it. I get eating something that big and not chewing it.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, as evil as that is, there's something evil and like remorseless about a bird swallowing something whole. Like it's emotionless.
Right.
There's something like mechanical about it, right?
Yeah,
Snakes take that to the next level.
I know.
Snakes are the ultimate of the serpent world, of that world of like the world of like lizard. Because underneath all those feathers, that's a fucking dinosaur, right? That's a lizard.
It is.
That's what those things are.
Yeah.
In fact, they just recently found out that pterodactyls, what do they call them? What is a petrosaur? Yeah. They found out they have feathers.
Really?
Yeah, they found feathers that are associated with petrosaurs, like fossilized feather remnants. So now they're reasonably certain that at least some of the pterodactyls had feathers. Because in the movies, they always had like wings like a bat.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
They don't think so anymore.
That's so interesting.
They think they were fucking birds. That's what they're fucking birds. Dinosaurs are birds. Chickens are birds. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
chickens are dinosaurs, rather.
I wonder what the biggest thing a snake can eat. Like what's
They can eat things. So there's a snake that died in Florida because Florida is basically like a meth head version of Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah.
The middle of Florida I think the number is somewhere in the high 90s. 90+% of all the mammals that used to live in the Everglades are gone.
Yeah, the Everglades. I mean,
Deer,
I spent
deer
a lot
population
of time.
is down to almost nothing. Rat population down to almost nothing. Raccoons, because it's all been killed by snakes. And so the snakes have killed so many, because there's somewhere in the neighborhood of high estimate is 500,000. 500,000 pythons that live in the Everglades.
Holy shit.
That's a high estimate. But these things are massive. Like, they just found a 19-foot one there recently. Hundreds of pounds. And one of them they found that had a 12-foot alligator that it was trying to eat. So as it was trying to eat the alligator was trying to get away, and the alligator broke out of its body, and they both died.
My God.
Look
Can
how big
you look
it
at
is.
that?
Look at the size of that thing.
Wait, I can't even see where the snake is.
That's the snake all around it that swallowed the alligator. So that alligator tail is poking out of a rupture in the snake's body.
I can't even believe what I'm looking at right now.
So an alligator, his tail ripped through the side of the snake, and they both died.
That is sick.
But the snake swallowed a fucking alligator. Head first.
I can't even believe that. Look at that picture.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, they swallowed deers whole. They've swallowed people whole. There's a bunch of videos from other... Look at he's eating a fucking alligator.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Look at that picture.
Well, there's nothing left for them to eat. I mean, pythons are really some awful prehistoric demon creature that people used to have as pets. And these dipshits in the 1970s that had them as pets,
Yeah.
you know, they just let them loose.
I know.
At the golf course, and next thing you know, Florida's infested. Like, it's changed the ecosystem of Florida.
I know. Right. What are they going to eat now?
They've eaten everything.
What do you think's going to happen?
They're going to eat each other, and then the population's probably going to get ill. There's probably going to be some sort of sickness that runs through, and hopefully, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of illnesses that come from reptiles, especially not snakes, that transfer over to people. I never really heard of any. I wonder if that's true. Because I know, like, there's avian flus, and then there's, like, swine flu, and there's a bunch of them for animals, and it's usually from agriculture, for making them live in their own shit and just, like, disgusting conditions. That's where a lot of those crossover bugs come from. You know, come from large-scale agriculture. But I don't think that's the case with pythons. But I think if I had to guess, they're going to starve, and then they're going to try to, like, make it into people's yards, and they're going to eat a lot of dogs and cats. You know, they're trying to eradicate them, but there's too many. They would literally have to drain the swamp, like Donald Trump style. Like, they would have to actually drain the swamp. Yeah. Like, really drain the swamp. Like, that'd be the only way you're going to find all the fucking snakes. And you really have to kill them all, because it started off with just a few. Just a few, and now there's 500,000. Enormous snakes. They're so big. See with the most recent one. They just recently, I think it was last year, found a 19-foot long snake. A 19-foot long python.
Do you like snakes?
No, I don't like snakes.
I don't either.
At all.
At all.
I hate reptiles. I hate alligator. I always buy belts specifically out of crocodile. Look, I'm wearing one right now. That's a crocodile belt. I hate them. I buy everything. I go, can I get that in crocodile? Can I get an alligator? I hate those cunts. I hate them. They're fucking rotten creatures that just they're just the cleanup crew. You know, if you got a broken leg and you find yourself in the swamp, guess what's going to eat you alive? That fucking alligator. Yeah. And I hate them.
Yeah, snakes freak me the fuck out.
Yeah,
I know
on
people.
Team mammal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck snakes. Yeah, I hate them.
I
love snakes, man. Fuck you. If you love snakes, you hate your stepdad. For sure.
What makes you say that?
Because it's like something like, fuck you, man. All I need is my snake. My snake understands me. And you just can't wait to get your band of death metal and get out on the road and get out of your house. You know? And while you're in the driveway with the van, your dad's yelling at your mom. They're like, we got to go, man. Let's just go.
Did you have pets growing up?
Yes.
Like a dog, a cat?
Dogs and cats.
Yeah, I did too, but they were all treated like shit.
Oh.
No, it's okay. We moved and my mom forgot the 2 outdoor cats.
Oh, no.
She's like, I just didn't remember. I forgot them.
People were different back then, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They were just one generation removed from the fucking Depression.
Yeah.
You know, their parents had to go through the Great Depression. Yeah. They were hard people, man.
That's true.
Oh, my God. People were starving. Oh, there's a video. Go to Nugget on Instagram. There's a video of some kids in 1901 that are looking at a camera for the
saw that
first time.
yesterday, too.
It's wild.
Looking what?
Looking at a camera for the first time, like trying to figure out while they're filming them. So they're filming these kids with a video camera in 1901.
1901.
And you're like, look at these people. Dude, you got to understand, this is what our grandparents went through. These are hard fucking people. Like, look at that kid. These are hard people.
Look at him. Look at him with his thumbs in his pocket.
Yeah. He's probably thinking, can I rob this camera? Little hooligans. Was that kid carrying a baby? The one in the front?
Maybe.
It seems like he's carrying a baby.
Could be his sibling or
Yeah. Like he's got a look at that kid. It says right there that one kid was 75 years old. Look at that guy who wrote that. It's true. He does look like he's almost 75 years old. You could see right away. Yeah, that kid's got a baby, I think.
And
So
we're
he's
all
carrying-
and people complain so much now.
People
These kids had nothing.
They barely survived then. Nobody had enough food. There was no one was fat then. No one.
No one.
No one.
They're all sharing one potato.
Yeah, you
All
couldn't.
4 of those people.
You
kids
couldn't
in the
get
front.
fat then. There was
No.
no fucking food. Do you know the average size of a man in the Civil War was like 130 pounds?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. That makes sense.
No food. Nobody had any food.
God, I wish we had no food.
Let me see if that's true.
I'm joking.
What's the average weight of a man during the Civil War? I think, because I have information that's in my head, and I don't know if all of it's good.
You're like, I better check this
Some
out.
of it's
before-
pretty good. Some of it's pretty good.
No, you're much more educated than I am.
I wouldn't say that.
I'd be like the
I don't say.
average-
It wouldn't say educated.
Yes, you. Well,
I've
your facts.
memorized some stuff.
Yeah.
What's the average weight of a man during the Civil War? What do you think it is? Guess.
141. I literally just said that out of my asshole.
That's
but
a big guy back then. I think that guy was like the top
111.
boss. You went lower. Fucking 100.
92.
What's up?
Average age of 26. Average height 5'8". Average weight 143.
Whoa, pretty good. Dude, you nailed it.
What was the age?
26.
26.
That's pretty old.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, I've read stories now because I've done some looking back into that time period. There were kids that were trying to go in because they didn't have anything else to do, and they
Right.
wanted to go fight for the family, and they would just sneak in. So there were some
Oh.
kids that got in under 16 and a little
What is-
younger, but
Now, what is the average age of a 28-year-old man now?
average
By the-
what?
Excuse me, average weight, average age of a 20-year-old man.
But-
What's the average? That's how dumb I am. See, don't say I'm educated. Stop.
By the way, that's also the height is interesting. 5'8".
Yeah, well, I think it's a food thing. I think it's also
Yeah.
a food thing. With
Now
the,
it's 6'4".
Yeah.
So the
big
average
people. 'Cause
of the
American
chemicals.
20-year-old weighs 197 with a 40-inch waist and is just over 5'9".
Wow. Only an inch bigger,
That is
50
a
pounds heavier.
Very high weight
That's big.
for an average
But
guy.
it said 20. I don't know why. It says, again, I mean, it says what is the average age or average size of a 28-year-old man, and then it
That's
goes
crazy.
to a 20-year-old for some reason.
But that's
Well, either way, that's heavy. God damn,
it
that's
is heavy for an average.
Well, you know why? Because so many of them are super fat.
What's
That's
for a
what it
woman?
is.
I'm curious what it is for a woman.
Let's guess.
310. I'm joking. 5 feet.
I say the average woman's height is 5'6", and I'd say the average woman's weight is 140.
I'd say
That's light.
I'd say
though.
5'6", and I'd say 155.
5'4", 170.6 pounds.
Holy shit!
What? What?
I'm not surprised.
The average American woman,
I'm not
20
s-
years old, weighs 170 pounds.
I'm
That's a
not s-
fucking welterweight.
I'm not surprised.
That's Kamaru Usman when he weighs in.
And I'm
That's
not.
crazy.
I'm not surprised.
That's so big.
What's the height?
5'6"? 5'4".
5'4".
5'4".
Yeah,
That is
I'm
so,
5'4".
That's so heavy. God damn.
But I'm
that's
not
crazy.
surprised at all.
Well, it's food.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the way people eat, and it's our access to food.
And by the way, it is when I'm eating sugar and flour, all I want is more and more and more.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my body, I can't. I it's a problem. Like I just physically chemically want more.
They say it's that candida. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know what it is,
that was
but
this thing that I was reading. It was saying about there was a link between gut bacteria, specific types of gut bacteria, and cravings. See if that's true. Link between candida.
I totally remember there's a video someone made. It was really well, like it was a cartoon. It looked really good. Oh,
that's right, yeah.
The information sounds really good, but then at the end of it, I think they were trying to sell something, so it seemed like, well, what is this then?
It seemed hokey. But does gut bacteria, just Google, does gut bacteria influence appetite?
I definitely, all I'm going to get is that candida stuff.
Right,
so like
okay.
I have to, whether it's true or not, I have to dig through all sorts of stuff. So
yeah, we can't do that.
I mean, it hooks you in.
It does hook you in, but also the sugar spikes like lead to crashes and lead to you want to get hungry again.
It's bad.
But when I eat mostly meat, which is what I do, and fruit, I don't have like horrible cravings.
Me either. And vegetables, I don't crave anything. I mean, I'm fine. I really feel okay.
Those hangry moments, those come from eating a lot of carbs for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Do you eat cheese?
Yeah, I like cheese.
I love cheese.
I love blue cheese. I love like Roquefort, and I love like that fucking gnarly cheese.
I understand that.
Plus, I love the fact my kids don't like it, so it's all mine.
Most kids hate it.
Yeah, they eat they eat the fuck out of cheddar cheese.
I love cheddar.
Yeah, me too.
I love feta. Some people don't. I love feta cheese.
You know, the best cheese is raw cheese, if you can get some raw cheese. But I bought a house from this guy back in the day, and there was this really nice French guy. And he wanted to have us over for dinner, and he had this, I think it was called rock lot, this like style of cooking. They would like melt cheese and vegetables all together with meats. And he only wanted raw cheese, and he couldn't get it in America because everything has to be pasteurized and homogenized. So he smuggled cheese back from France, and I was very worried that I would get caught at the border. You know, and this guy, that's how much he liked that cheese. He smuggled it in his fucking suitcases. Cheese. Big old fucking giant chunks of cheese.
That sounds good, what you're describing.
It was very good.
I mean, I would be happy with cheese, meat, and vegetables. Just that.
It was just interesting that it was raw cheese. And in his mind, like, it had to be a raw cheese. Like, that was the only kind of cheese that was cheese. Like, the cheese in America was bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great.
Have you ever had raw milk?
No.
It tastes fucking good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it tastes different. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if this is true either, but the enzymes in raw milk, apparently, because it's not pasteurized and homogenized, your body has a much easier time processing it.
Yeah, I mean, supposedly milk and cheese is not great for you. I mean,
supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think, but this guy was saying, you know, that this doctor, he was an oncologist, the French guy, and he was saying it is because of the pasteurization, the homogenization, it fucks up the pH. He was just saying that, like, for people that, like, it does make sense though, that if like you take milk, regular milk that comes out of a cow, it's got to have like all the natural bacteria in it and the enzymes and all the things that like allow a baby cow to drink it and it nourish them. If you took that stuff and you boiled the fuck out of it so everything's dead,
right?
Which is what they do. That's what they do, right? Pasteurization is a heating process, and homogenization. It's the whole idea is that, like, when you see a jug of milk that's sitting in a refrigerator for a fucking month, that's not normal. It's supposed to go bad. It's supposed to go bad pretty quick. Pasteurized milk is a raw milk that has been heated to specified temperature and time to kill pathogens that may be found in raw milk. Pathogens are microorganisms such as bacteria that make us sick. Yeah, raw milk can contain pathogens such as E. coli, salmonella, listeria, and other bacteria. Yeah, it can, but it also can have none. Just like the food you eat, like, you know, if you eat chicken, like chicken can have bacteria. You cook the chicken off, you know, and that's how you don't get salmonella, and that's how you get, you know, pasteurized milk. But at the end of the day, some stuff is probably better for you raw. It's just you can't keep it on a shelf. Raw milk, raw cheese, raw butter, raw cream, and raw kefir are whole gut biome superfoods. They seed the gut with diverse beneficial bacteria while providing the enzymes, proteins, minerals, and good fats that bacteria love to eat. Well, yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's like...
It's supposed to be better. all that
supposed
stuff.
to be better, but you and I are not nutritionists, so.
Yeah,
but I do know for me, it tastes better. I like it. It feels better. Like when I drink raw milk. I rarely drink raw milk. There was people were getting arrested for selling raw milk in California for a while. I don't
Arrested?
know. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. There was like arrests, and everybody was like outraged, like how absurd it was that you're arresting people for selling raw milk.
That sounds really crazy.
Mm-hmm. California's fucking crazy.
Well, a lot of places are crazy now.
California is off the charts right now. They're so crazy.
I know.
It's so crazy. It's such a mess.
I know.
It's just a big homeless encampment.
It's a what?
It's a big homeless encampment. I think they're going to abandon LA, just run out, and it's going to be filled with tents in 50 years. When you go back to LA, you won't even be able to drive because you'll get run over all the needles. So you're just going to have to park your car outside, and you wear
like
a
backing
hazmat
up
suit.
when you go through a rental car place.
Yeah, you wear like a bulletproof hazmat suit, and that's going to be how you journey through LA. And you're just going to watch people kill each other and
you can't
shoot
sell
heroin.
raw milk across state lines in the United States.
Okay. States
Wow.
may adopt their own laws, but I think it's California. There was a California. I know I used to buy it at a local health food store, and then something happened. Oh, here it is.
Something happened.
Following armed raids in 2010 and 2 arrests in 2011, the founder of the Rawsome Co-op, James Stewart, was again arrested last Thursday by a trio of tough-looking men in street clothes driving unmarked luxury cars. So imagine armed raids for a guy who's selling milk because he's selling raw milk.
I don't know what's going on anywhere.
Well, you do.
No, I mean, New York is bad too. I'm
Oh,
not talking
for
about the
crime?
homeless thing. Yeah, it's really bad for crime.
Crime's bad. Well, when you don't arrest people, and when
I know.
when
It's
they arrest
really
them and they let them
bad.
right back out.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotten so crazy. Like I'm the kind of person where I say it's not good. I did it last night in Austin, where if I think someone's being bullied or things are happening, I speak out. It's not a good thing to do, especially because I'm a woman. I mean, I'm being honest. Like I'll be like, what are you doing? Like I get involved.
Did you see
and
something on the street that was
Yeah, and I
happening?
stick up for people. It's not good. I did it last night with a little guy that was riding the bike. He was torturing this drunk guy on the street. He kept riding into him.
Oh Jesus.
And I stuck up for the guy. I shouldn't get involved. It's stupid.
Did the guy get angry at you?
Yeah. He's like, get the fuck out of my room. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, I got involved.
Oof.
And I'm a woman. It's crazy. But I can't
So
not say
it's
anything.
crazy for guys too, but I know what you're saying.
I'm
You
such a true. I can't. So, but in New York, I wouldn't dare do that because I'm
Really?
going to get shot. Yeah, it's bad there.
So noticeably different. Mm-hmm. When did it shift?
I'd say during COVID.
That de Blasio guy is responsible for so
I
much
agree.
damage to that city.
I agree with you completely.
He's
a nightmare.
Fucking dumb.
He's a nightmare.
Just
a nightmare.
So so weird that was the mayor of New York City.
Horrible.
Did you ever see that video that he released about bringing the arts back? About how they're going to reopen the city? About bringing
No,
back.
I heard about it, but I didn't watch it.
You should watch it because it's so dumb. It's so bad. It seems like you're watching a scene in a Coen Brothers movie.
It's
Like in the
like
Big
a
Lebowski.
sketch.
Like a scene in the Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Where these guys are like doing like some sort of interpretive dance. No, I'm not kidding. They're doing interpretive dance. Watch this. Play it from the beginning because we need to hear it. You need to hear it because it's so goddamn crazy. You're like, no, Joe, you're exaggerating. No. Look at this. Look at the dance.
We need a recovery that brings back the life and the heart and the energy of this city and that everyone gets to be a part of. And we're going to do that. We're going to really bring back the heart and soul of New York City. We need our arts and culture back, and we need people to see it and feel it, to participate in it, to know
Look at
that
this.
essence of New York City has not been defeated
sync
by
dance.
the coronavirus, but will come back strong in 2021.
They all
Month
got
after
masks
month in
on
2021,
outside,
as you see the city
but then
come
he
back
doesn't.
to life, culture will lead the way.
Open culture is another step towards a recovery for our city. We're launching with 115 street locations
This
in
is
all 5
the
boroughs.
worst thing I've ever
And it brings
seen in my
faces
whole
to our
life.
neighborhoods
But the
and
music's
culture to
fire,
the heart
right?
of our neighbors, and give artists, cultural institutions, and creatives a place to showcase their talents as they recover from the pandemic.
Our cultural community is our conscience. Our cultural community is
Now
our
I'm
hope.
definitely relapsing.
identity as
I
New
just
Yorkers.
made a decision to relapse. Where's that
We got
pot?
joints right here. I'll fire one up.
That is fucking horrible.
How about the fact that they got a guy who barely could speak English?
We're going to
bring back the culture.
First of all, I just decided
them.
not only am I relapsing, but I'm sucking dick for the first time in 20. That just made me homophobic, and I'm married to a woman. What the fuck was that?
That was paid for with tax dollars. That's what you need to know. In the time where
joking.
people's the economy's falling apart, people's businesses are collapsing. He's got everything locked down. He's
the dancing was all off.
All off. It's like a scene, right? It seemed like a scene in a Coen Brothers movie.
That was a Saturday Night Live sketch.
It's too funny for that.
That's amazing what you just said. That was horrible.
Horrible.
They're not wearing masks. Everyone else is. This is the funniest thing.
Well, he's not wearing masks when he's talking, but he was wearing masks when he's sitting down. And they're wearing masks while they're dancing.
I need to get that and play that. Like, I need to rub one out to that. It was so bad.
The music.
He should be arrested for that. That was so...
It's like so bad.
I
so
just
out of
became an
sync.
independent. I can't even believe
Join
what just
Dave
happened.
Smith. Become a libertarian. But it's not even about libertarians.
It's not even
there's
about
great
any-
Democrats. There's
No,
great Democrats
I know,
out there.
Of course there are. And I know you feel that way.
Yeah.
You and I have talked a lot. I mean, meaning the first night I met you, we had a talk outside of the creek in the cave about how you feel.
Yeah. This Democrat Republican thing is the worst thing for this country.
I know.
This idea that you could be on one or the other team. It's so bad for people because we just inherently, we have this instinctual tribal instinct to join a group and to adopt all the ideas of the group. It's bad for us. It's not good.
And it's not, by the way, it's not what's happening.
Right.
Meaning most people are not on one side or the other.
No.
Most people believe in different things from different sides.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like financial things.
Yeah.
Things that have to do with their children, things that have to do with crime.
Yep.
You'd be amazed at how quickly people become a little more pro-police and and concerned about crime and protecting neighborhoods when you have children. Mm-hmm. Like it's almost instinctively people become at least slightly more conservative in that regard.
That is true.
Yeah, because you realize, like, especially if you see actual crime and violence, if you actually witness this and realize, like, oh, you're in danger, and it takes a long time for cops to get to you. And people in New York are experiencing that right now, where they're realizing, like, oh, no one's coming. Like, make that phone call. No one's coming. Call 911. Good luck.
Yeah.
Who's going to help you?
It's also people feel differently sometimes when they live in a city or they live in suburbia. Like there's different, or where you live, what parts of the country. It's a lot of different factors.
A lot of different factors. Yeah. It's just the way they handled things, particularly like post George Floyd, giving in to the masses of people that were saying crazy shit like defund the police. Like, what are you saying? Like, do you know where this leads? You're saying defund the police, like no money? Take away the money for the police. No, when we're saying defund the police, we mean defund the police. Like, oh, great. Until you need them. Like, what the fuck? Do you have an arsenal in your house? Do you know how to fend off armed thugs? Do you know how to do that? No. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
All it takes is a few people to break in your house and steal everything and kill you.
Yeah.
And if there's no cops, no one's going to do anything about it.
Yeah. I don't think I think like a lot of people, I think that's a very small group that say that.
It's a thing to say.
Yeah.
They don't believe it. It's a thing to say. And if they do believe it, they haven't thought it through. But it's this thing that you say so that people know that you're on the right team.
Mm-hmm. I understand that completely. I mean, I've always wanted to ask you this. Do you care? This is such a general question. Do you care what people say about you?
You can't care what people say about you.
Well, people do care, but do you care?
I mean, look, it's not nice if people say mean things about you, but you don't have to read them.
Right, because
You
I
really
don't read
shouldn't.
it.
Yeah.
I always wonder if you read it or not.
No, it's not good for you. It's like
it's not.
No, especially when there's a concerted effort to slander you.
Right.
Like there's an obvious concerted effort to attack. You'd be a fool to read things that like during the times of heavy cancellation attacks. You'd be a fool to read that. Like they're literally trying to affect other people's opinions about you. Are you gonna let them affect your opinion too? You gonna let them change your mood? Like you should know who you are, and that's hard. Right? It's because you change all the time. You're always in a state of flux and hopefully in a state of growth, but your mood changes based on the amount of stress and pressure you're under and your obligations, the amount of sleep. So you're not a constant static thing that's in like, this is a steel cup. This steel cup is always going to be a steel cup. No, you're all kinds of different things. Like look at you. You improved your life. You got off the drugs, quit taking Ambien, you lost a shitload of weight. Like you're changing. You're constantly in a state. So knowing who you are at all times is hard. It's complicated. But you got to kind of have a base understanding of who you are. And I think that's generally based on some kind of a discipline. You have to have some kind of a discipline, whether it's yoga or meditation or some sort of a ritualistic type of exercise or something. You need something where you're pushing yourself and you're testing yourself and you're feeling some discomfort so you know yourself. If you don't do that, you're in real trouble. And if you don't do that and then you also read other people's opinions about you, you're in real trouble.
Very big trouble.
Yeah. So that's the answer. Like I'm aware when people are mad at me, but no, I don't read it.
Yeah. I think that's a very good decision.
Yeah, it's not, you can't, like I find out about enough of it without reading about it, and that's, I'm reluctant to adopt that position with the news because I've thought about it sometimes. Like sometimes in the morning on the toilet, I'm just reading the news for like till my legs go numb. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, do I really need this much news?
I don't do it. I don't look at the news and I don't watch the news.
Yeah.
I can't because I think it's self-destructive.
In a way.
I'm hurting myself when I do that. I don't need to look at it. If I need to know something, someone will tell me.
I think that too, but in a way, I feel like as a comic and as a person who talks a lot about things that are happening in the world, I kind of have at least some sort of an obligation to be informed.
Yeah.
Although Jamie's almost always informed anyway, and he like lets me know when something's really fucked up.
Right.
When something's really fucked up, I'll oftentimes find out from Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie's at the forefront.
That's true.
He's an internet kid.
Yeah.
He knows the internet. It's just one of those things where you have to manage your diet in terms of what you take in mentally, just like you have to manage your diet physically, like your body, what you eat. You have to manage what you fucking think about. You can't just fill it up with junk.
Yeah, I just know people that they'll get accused of things or people will try to quote unquote cancel them or, put stuff out about them because I've had stuff put out about me. And like I know where I stand and who I am as a person. So I've learned to not get so affected by those things because I know who I am. Like I'm very firm in who I am as a person and as a soul. So I don't let it affect me. But years ago, before I did so much work on myself, I would have been crushed and fucking like bedridden because I wasn't so secure with who I am as a person now.
Yeah, I've seen people really lose their shit
I know.
over some minor stuff.
I know.
Or criticism or,
Yeah.
It's like, you got to be able to take that.
And to be in this business?
Yeah. And you can't dwell on it.
No.
Yeah.
You can't or get out because they go after you, especially when you're successful. Forget it. You're fucking...
But my feeling on all this stuff that's going on about even cancel culture, like what people are talking about as cancel culture, it's people realizing that they have the ability to affect things around them, especially if they act in groups. Now, I'm not saying it's good, but when people realize that they can organize a campaign to attack a politician or attack a celebrity or attack someone they feel like is deserving of that, and then they spend a lot of time online doing that. I'm not saying it's good, but it's fascinating. It's fascinating because it's a never before available portal for expressing yourself. And I think just like everything else in life, there's this bad aspect of things that happen, and then there's a correction that may at least potentially be good. And I think that way when I think of all this cancel culture shit and all this criticism stuff and all the chaos and the infighting between the right and the left and the fucking battle for control of the government, all of that stuff. When I look at all that stuff, I say this is a strange time for the processing of information, the distribution of information. It's the Wild West, and no one knows what the fuck to do. You know, and there's a lot of people that are trying to apply traditional models to how to handle things today, and it's not working. Like, here's the thing. It's like everything, there's so much cultural shifting happening on the internet, but nobody controls the internet. That's what's so crazy. So this, like, for the first time in the history of human beings, regular people, just people who got a YouTube channel, who get a fucking Twitter page, who get this, have a massive say. A massive say.
Crazy, right?
In the way people feel and think about things. I think ultimately that's going to be a good thing, but we have rough water ahead. Mm-hmm. That's what's going on. And all the people that are calling for censorship, you're only calling for censorship for people that don't agree with you. But there's going to be people that don't agree with you, and if they get the fucking reins, then that shit comes back around at you.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
And that is how dictators form. That's how they take control of governments. Censorship is fucking dangerous because it's a mental form of dictatorship. Mm-hmm. You're deciding what people can and can't do, and you're deciding it based on your own ideology. And how do I know if you've examined it? How do I know if you're introspective? How do I know if you've done the work? How do I know if you've, like, being honest about yourself, about your failures and your successes and your kindness and your weakness, your strengths, your flaws? How do I know? I don't fucking know. But I do know this. If you want to censor people, most likely you haven't. Most likely you haven't done the work.
Yeah.
And this is where we find ourselves with Elon Musk about to buy Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that.
Apparently it's going down.
It happened.
Oh, shit!
What?
Oh, shit!
The press release has been announced.
Elon Musk just bought Twitter. We got a movie star type of a superhero. It's like a movie. Like if you had a movie and there was a guy who was like a hero in the movie who happened to be a billionaire, does wild shit, like makes his own rockets and drills under the city and electric cars and then buys Twitter.
Insane.
Elon Musk agrees to buy Twitter in a $44 billion deal. Agreement to take social media network private marks the close of dramatic courtship. Here's why that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, tell me. I need to hear what you think.
He believes that free speech is important, and not just important, vital for a democracy, for a functioning democracy. And I agree with that. And what's interesting about this is we found out some things about Twitter, and one of the things they do is shadow ban people. So they make it so that your content, whatever you put out, has less impact. It has less engagement. They limit your ability to express yourself. They ban accounts, and they ban accounts if the account says something that they don't agree with. If the account says something that violates what they believe is a rule, do you know, like, you can't dead name someone?
Right.
You know, like Bruce Jenner was Bruce Jenner his whole life, and then he became Caitlyn Jenner. And if you call Caitlyn by that other name, you're dead naming her. And they'll ban you. They'll ban you for life.
I didn't know that.
They'll ban you for life. So me even saying his name as a name, there's nothing wrong with that name. It's how he won the Olympics. That was the name of the guy on the Wheaties box, right? That was the name.
Yeah.
But by me saying that name,
I never knew that
name, I've people write articles when I do it. Like, oh, he's dead naming her. Like, you're talking like you're in a cult, okay? I'm saying a fucking name, and it was a name that someone used for a long time. It's not meant in any way, shape, or form to be disrespectful.
Wow.
That will get you banned for life from Twitter. That's crazy ideological shit.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
That is nuts.
That's cult shit.
Nuts. Yeah.
Meghan Murphy. She's, do you know who she is?
Yeah.
Feminist commentator and friend of mine's been on the podcast before. She got banned from Twitter because she was in an argument with someone about transgender access to women's spaces. It was something like, I think it was around the time, was it about the guy who became a woman and then kept his dick and balls and wanted to get him waxed? Was that the person in Canada? because she's from Canada. There was some crazy. Anyway, point is, in this argument, she goes, "A man is never a woman, though." This is what she says. Like, this is her opinion as a woman. You can't say you have dick and balls, and then I become a woman, and now you have to say that I'm a woman. And she's saying, no, a man is never a woman. This is what she's saying.
So that's her opinion.
It's her opinion. It's obviously in this day and age, that's a controversial opinion, but I believe she deserves the ability to express it, and I believe people have the ability, or deserve the ability rather, to refute it and to argue and make a better argument against that. And that's what discourse is all about.
Right.
But meanwhile, they banned her from Twitter for life for saying that. They banned her from Twitter. They banned Meghan Murphy from Twitter for saying that.
I don't think that's okay.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
At all.
She's a valuable, interesting person who has a great perspective, and she's very wise, and she has good points, and we're missing out on those good points. You have to get it from her podcast, or you get it from her Instagram, but you can't get it from Twitter anymore because they decided that during that conversation she crossed a line. That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's just,
I mean,
just fucked.
whether I agree, disagree, or anything, I believe that she has a right to say it, and I don't think that you should be banned from Twitter for saying what you want to say.
No,
and I feel that there should be, like, people should agree, disagree, and there should be a conversation.
There should be a conversation.
This is America.
And also, this ability to shadow ban people has to be exposed.
Right. That happens on TikTok. Do you remember that clip you just saw?
Yes.
Where I said I should be, it was about me and my body and how I felt.
Yeah.
It was taken down and I was put on probation.
Well, TikTok is rough with that.
It's the roughest.
Yeah. Well, I think they don't want anything that interrupts ad revenue and anything that gets them.
Can someone buy TikTok and please
maybe
help
Elon will
with
buy
that?
TikTok next.
Jesus.
But maybe the Chinese won't sell. Maybe if they sell it, it'll be like one of them deals like you think you bought it, but there's nothing in it.
I doubt someone's going to
And then they
sell.
reopen.
They're not going to sell TikTok. They're really the worst. They're the
TikTok's the worst.
I
don't
can't
use
believe
TikTok.
I didn't think they were going to that was going to happen with him on Twitter. That's amazing.
Apparently, it was really close yesterday, and I'd heard it, this morning that it was probably going to happen. But the fact that it's now announced, that's fucking amazing. Look, it'll change everything, and I wonder how quickly it is before Donald Trump's back.
He said he's not coming. I already saw the thing. He said he's not going to come back, even if Elon bought it. I didn't see a reason why, but that's Variety reported
I'll
that.
tell you exactly why. Because of his Truth Social media. Why are we playing around with this Twitter shit? We could be on Truth Social.
Is that big?
That's Donald Trump's social media platform.
Is it big?
The biggest.
Is it?
It's the best. It's the biggest. The biggest of all time. They say that Twitter's not as big. Donald Trump says, I'm not going back to Twitter, even with Elon Musk taking over. Donald, reconsider. Can you imagine the tweet? I mean, look, if you want to win or not, Donald.
It would be.
Do you want to fucking win?
Is he running again?
Of course he's going to run again.
Do you think so?
Of course he's going to run again. How much you want to bet?
I don't know. How old will he be?
80,000 years old. How much you want to bet? How much you bet?
I don't think he's going to.
Let's make a bet.
Let's make a bet. I don't know. You're so much more loaded than I am. What do you want to bet?
$50?
Of course.
Okay, $50.
I don't think he's going to run again.
That's like a meal.
That's a shitty meal.
Yeah, but it's like a sandwich.
75 right now.
75. Yeah, he's 150,000.
So he
years
would
old.
be, what, 77? Wait.
Yeah, 77, which is younger than Biden. But he's got a lot more energy than Biden.
Oh, a shitload
Biden's
more.
terrifying. When Biden is getting off stage and like trying to shake hands that aren't even there.
His hand, I feel like his hand's going to fall
He's
off
like
when
gets
he
off
shakes.
stage and just turns like.
The person's going to
No one's
walk away
there.
with his hand. Sometimes I wonder if his whole hand's going to fall off.
He's not. There's no one to shake his hand. Is my point. He's trying to shake people's hands and they're not there. You haven't seen this?
I have. I saw it.
He just turns around. He puts his hand out.
Vinny Brand.
From the Stress Factory?
Yeah, he made a video of him going up to shake his hand.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, what are we doing? Why we gotta get him out of there. Like they should have someone. Listen, Kamala Harris is not the one, but someone should represent the United States, like to be able to talk. Look, he turns, and no one's there. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go?
I feel bad.
Fucking insane. He's got 2 more years on the job. This is insane. I mean, I think probably it was accelerated by whatever the fuck they gave him to get through the debates. I bet they had him cranked up on Adderall.
Has he fallen a lot?
Yeah, he fell on the way up the stairs once. Remember that?
So maybe he has the Chevy Chase. I mean, not that he's mean, but he's just a little out of it.
He had brain surgery. You know that, right?
He did?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Serious brain surgery. He had.
I had no idea.
He had like a widowmaker type aneurysm, and they had to take the top of his fucking head off. They take the top of his skull off. They remove
When did
it,
that
and they have
happen?
to drain his head, and most people don't survive. Before
Okay.
he was vice president.
Holy shit.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, he's had major brain surgery.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's had 2 strokes. No, I'm not joking.
I know,
Why
I'm
are you
not
laughing? You're a terrible person.
I'm
Look at you just
laughing.
laugh at a
I'm
man.
a comic, Joe. What the fuck? Because basically he's had a lobotomy and he's president. You're telling me he's had all these brain surgeries,
Look
strokes.
at this. Look at
fucking...
this. He later required 2 brain surgeries for aneurysms, one which had already broken and another which had the potential to break. The surgery saved his life. He initially had common physical effects of stroke, such as facial droop. Following 6 months of recovery, he was cleared to return to work. The aneurysm changed how Biden viewed his daily activities. Now, more than 30 years later, he will soon be inaugurated as the 46th president.
So he was unconscious for 5 hours.
Yeah, that's not good either. Yeah, it's a form of stroke with a high fatality rate, it says. But it's a serious one. He talked about it in a video where they literally like take the top of your fucking head off.
All right, so the president is the scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz, but it's okay. All right, so $50. I don't think. Stop. I don't. If you do that one more time, I'm gonna kill you.
Stitch that fucking thing back up like Frankenstein. That's so crazy.
I don't think Trump's gonna run again.
$50 is mine. I'm gonna spend it at Joe List Sandwich Shop next time I'm in New York. I get
Joe
a few
DeRosa.
sandwiches. Oh, did I say
Not
Joe List? Did I say Joe List? That's how much pot I've been smoking. Joe DeRosa. What does he call it? Joey Roses? That's what it is? Joey Roses.
I
Sandwich
love
Shop.
Joe DeRosa.
He's a great guy.
Love
I heard
him.
He makes a great sandwich.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It looks good on Instagram.
I eat them whole.
Like a seal.
I do like that rabbit. I'm not kidding.
That rabbit.
I just picture those 2 hind legs.
This is the most disturbing.
What?
Komodo dragon eating a monkey. Yeah, because the monkeys, like, they grab at things like people. Like people.
Was
do.
the monkey alive?
Oh, yeah. Monkey's alive.
Was it
It
screaming?
happens all the time.
Was it screaming?
I mean, I'm sure it did for a while. You know? But it's a common thing.
Why?
Komodo dragons eat a lot of monkeys.
They do?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, they
knew
live
you were
in-
going to bring
look.
it up.
Look
Sorry.
at this. So see him
oh
screaming?
my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the music's not necessary because there's no sound of the actual thing. But, like, I mean, the monkey's fucked because the monkey's like a thinking
You know
creature,
what?
right?
I understand why you hate those things.
I fucking hate those
That's
things.
evil.
They are, well, they're just, they're remorseless, soulless. I mean, look, they don't give a fuck about their own babies. They certainly don't give a fuck about that monkey, and they're all just going to try to tear it apart. And
Look at its tail swinging around.
Yeah, I mean, it's aware that this is happening, and then there's no getting out. I mean, the amount of force that those things have. Imagine if you were as small as a little monkey like that, and you felt that thing clamping down. So look at this one swallowing this deer. It's a goat. Look at that, swallowing that goat. I mean, what they can do in terms of like
That looks like
they can
me
swallow.
in secretively eating when
At
I
a
was out of
buffet?
control. No, at a
Buffets are-
buffet, I'll eat a
buffets are rude.
salad.
They're
Like
rude for
I don't
fat
eat in
people.
public in front of people. I'll dip like the salad in the dressing, but at home, look at that thing. It's
Yeah,
like
there's
hello.
A lot of
I just
videos
say-
of them. Buffets are rude to fat people. It's
Yeah, I
rude
know.
to have all you can eat. That is rude. It's so crazy because you're just like letting a person use
Ooh.
self-control. I feel like these monkeys are like trapped there so that we could film this video. Or
Did you just see
excuse
it
me,
run
they
to
could film
him?
this video, I should say. Yeah, it's like he knows that these monkeys are going to be there. What are you doing with this?
I was trying to read the comments to see if somebody had some insight.
I think they're all just too busy jacking off.
Look.
I think they probably either drug the monkey or I think they do it this way.
Oh my
so
God! Look at that. Look.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was actually in captivity, because it seems like it. It seems too convenient that they just happen to be there over and over again when this thing's eating
Who's going to be that
monkeys.
comfortable, be that close with a camera to
Right.
the Komodo dragon that's hungry?
Exactly.
Get the fuck away from
Look at
They
this.
probably got them high.
They're such a creepy lizard. There was one point in time where I lived in this house that had a courtyard,
Yeah.
and I was thinking of sealing the courtyard in and getting a crocodile monitor. You know what a crocodile monitor is?
No.
And I would just feed it rabbits and watch it there. I thought about that for like a whole week.
Really?
Yeah. I thought about having my own Jurassic Park in my house.
I can understand that.
But I didn't want to like kill rabbits like that. Like let the rabbit just
No, not
watch the
little
rabbit get
rabbits.
jacked. That's a crocodile monitor. You could buy them as pets, which is really weird. Go to that one in the corner with the yellow spots. You could take a yeah. That's what it looks like.
Oh, right.
They're
I know what
cool
those
looking.
are. That's very cool looking.
If I had like a cunty mammal population, I'd be like, you don't want to just keep killing rabbits like that.
Whoa. That's cute.
Because if you're on Team Mammal and you're constantly feeding mammals to Team Reptile, you'd feel like a little bit of a traitor.
Yeah. I don't know if you'd want to see little rabbits getting mauled.
I'd want to see it a few times. I don't know how many times though. Not enough to keep the crocodile monitor alive. You know, that's the thing I think probably happened to Florida Everglades pythons, is that some asshole like me just had one and thought it was cool and has friends over. Do
You're
you
like,
watch, man?
Done.
I'm going to feed him a rat. And then after a while, they're like, I'm tired of buying rats. Like, I'm just going to take this fucking thing and throw it in the backyard.
Fling it. What's
that's
the
what they
craziest thing you ever ate? Because you've eaten some weird shit.
I ate a lot of stuff when I was hosting Fear Factor.
Oh, yeah.
I ate tomato hornworms. I ate a Madagascar hissing cockroach. I ate sheep's eyeballs.
Oh, my God.
I ate
I don't know how you did that. How did you do that?
I had a Iraqi cave spider.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I ate.
I know I keep saying, oh, my God. But I mean, honestly, how you ate an eyeball, I don't.
Yeah, it was nasty. Wasn't good. But you would eat an eyeball if you're hungry. It's
No, I
basically
wouldn't.
just some kind of protein.
I don't know if I would. I'm not kidding.
Really? If you're
An
starving?
eyeball?
If you're starving?
If I was starving,
Yeah.
I guess I would have
you
to.
would. People eat people when they're hungry.
But you weren't starving
No.
and you ate it.
Yeah, I did it for the show.
Michael Yo.
Oh, yeah.
I
Michael
love
Yo.
him.
Yeah, this is Michael Yo was in episode 1 of Fear Factor.
Look at
was
him.
a
Look how
DJ.
young he is.
Yeah, he was a DJ. Okay, you don't have to see this. He was a DJ in Miami, I think, at the time.
I'm doing his podcast this week.
Tell him I said hi.
I will.
He's a good
I love
dude.
him. An eyeball. Did you ever like throw up? I mean, did you ever get sick?
I only threw up once from Fear Factor, and that was watching it at home. For whatever reason, I
wow.
never threw up on the set, but I was watching it at home, and there was this girl, and she was eating worms, and she kept throwing them up in the glass, and then trying to eat them again. And I don't know if it was the close up, the fact that they had like a really high resolution close up on it. I'm watching it on a big screen TV, and I don't know what it was, but I literally ran in the sink and threw up in the sink, and I never threw up on the set.
Isn't that incredible that you
Yeah.
were watching it on TV and threw up and you had never threw up from doing anything, from eating anything?
I got super used to throw up, super used to things that were disgusting, to the point where it didn't bother me. Like, people could throw up right in front of me, like, bah! And I'd be like, "You all right?" Like, it didn't make me go, "Ugh!" Like when I was in high school. Like, everybody remembers, if you were in school and someone threw up, everybody wanted to throw up. Everybody would run away from the throw up, like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
That doesn't work on me anymore. Like, you could throw up right in front of me, and I would just go,
Of course, from being on that show.
Fear
Was that
Factor.
your favorite TV show?
It was
that
my
you
favorite.
ever worked on?
Financially,
Of course.
it was favorite for that, because it gave me that was for real. Like, it was fun to do, because the people were nice, like the people I worked with. But
Yeah.
it gave me fuck you money, and that was the best part about that show. So it was a good job, and then it gave me money that I didn't have to think about money.
That's
where I
great.
could just go and just do stand up, and that's right after that I started the podcast.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, I started the podcast like within a year or two of Fear Factor being done.
I watched it constantly, that show. I loved it.
I thought that fucking show was going to be canceled immediately.
You did?
That's why I signed up to do it. I was trying to do a sitcom. I had a development. I had just gotten off of news radio, and then I had a development deal to do a sitcom. And then NBC came to me and said, "Hey, we got this thing. We'd really like you to do it." And I'm pretty sure I was high for the rehearsal or for the interview, because it wasn't an audition. They just wanted to talk to me.
Right, which is great.
And I was like, "What are you talking about? You're gonna sick dogs on people?" And that was during the day where I got high a lot. That was like my almost everyday high days.
Yeah.
During the early days of Fear Factor,
Yeah.
I was always getting baked. So when I showed up, I was mocking it. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And that was almost cost me the show. Like, they were going to go with someone who took it seriously. They thought I didn't take it seriously enough.
You were just like, what do you mean?
I just was laughing. I was laughing. They're going to sick dogs on people and make them eat dicks. Like, this is so crazy.
Make them eat dicks.
I made them eat dicks.
Yeah,
on TV.
which they literally did.
They had to drink cum.
What kind of cum?
Donkey cum.
I would fucking die.
Yeah, they had to drink a whole beer stein full of it. Like this much. There's a video of it. Yeah. It's one of 2 times where I came to work and I found out what they had to do, and I go, "Hey, you guys are going too far." Only one of 2 times ever. The other time was then we were riding bulls. The people had to ride bulls. And I was like, "Yo, these are bulls." And
that's dangerous.
The stunt guy was like, "Don't worry about it, boo. These are stunt bulls." I go, "Stunt bulls?" I go, "Does that bull know he's a stunt bull?" I bet he doesn't.
Right,
I bet he
the
thinks
bull's
he's a
like,
fucking bull.
Yeah, right.
Bull with full bull hormones. Like,
Yeah.
he's just a bull. I mean, maybe he's not.
Oh.
That's how much, look at that. That's how much cum they had to drink. And the other one's piss. So the one on the right is donkey piss, and that one's donkey
Well,
cum.
donkey piss is like heaven
The
compared
elixir
to
of the gods. Yeah, but look at these guys plugging their nose, and the girls were trying to get them to throw up, and so the girls were making like throw up noises next to them. This guy's just chugging jizz. So that's what got the show canceled.
Guess what?
What?
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Congratulations. I was right there. Right up close.
And the fact that
And then
he
they
did
threw
it.
it up. They got to throw it up in buckets, which is great. And so look at this. They're just chucking up cum, and these donkeys just feeling real
That's
bad
what got
about
it
that.
canceled?
Yes.
That
That's what got it
episode?
that episode got it canceled because it got leaked on.
Look at her. That's a sexual scene
think?
right there. 100%.
Are you sure?
The producers did, because that's the porn I watch.
With the mascara running down
Yeah,
the face.
I like that.
And a big,
when a woman looks like she's going to die from giving head. Because my mom wasn't around. So that turns me on.
Do you think they wear mascara that runs easy on purpose?
Yes.
Because it's a
I
look.
know they do.
It's a look, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
And then you just start
Do you have
gagging.
choices with mascara? So that's a choice.
Like,
I'm
you
gonna
know
find the
what's going
kind
to
that like
happen.
really.
Of course.
You
That's
know
it.
your eyes
And
are
it
gonna
runs
run.
immediately. It's
Yeah.
literally like, let me find the kind that.
Yeah.
They find the kind that immediately runs. It's not
I'm
even
sure.
like it. Yeah.
They probably missed it. They probably put something in your eye. Chop onions in front of you or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Of
For
course.
sure.
They squirt mustard in your eye. Yeah. It's like,
It's weird the different kinds of porn, because if you go to Pornhub or any of those places now, the number of stepmom videos is off the charts.
oh yeah.
Like, we're in a stepmom phase.
Yeah. It's major.
And I'm wondering if this was triggered by the pandemic, where a bunch of people had to be home,
Yeah.
right? Like, you couldn't be out there in the wild, and maybe you had to quit college because now college is remote, so you come home and you're around your stepmom and your dad. And
That's really funny. You should make a bit about that.
I think
It's
that's
very
it.
funny.
Don't you think that's it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's really true.
Because let's find out if this is true.
Boring.
The rise of stepmom porn,
Yeah.
does that sync up with the pandemic? I wonder if anybody's done a study.
Well, I was
It's
just,
always
it's
been
been
around?
around for a while longer, but
It's
there's
always been
also-
around as a premise, but it's overwhelming.
And stepdad, just from
Yes.
my there is that too. I saw
Yeah.
that the other day.
Stepsister too.
Yeah.
A lot of stepbrothers.
Step everything.
Yeah, it's forbidden. You're not supposed
Of
to fuck your
course.
mom. Yeah,
Right.
It's forbidden.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
a lot of porn is. It's like forbidden stuff.
Right.
Ooh, can't believe she's doing that.
Yeah, I can't even Google that.
yeah, housekeeper.
Yes, it's a lot of housekeeper. Yeah, gardener.
Nanny.
Yeah, the pool boy.
There is a lot of
Oh, yeah.
coronavirus porn. I don't know if you
Oh
noticed
yeah,
that.
Really?
I'm sure.
People wearing masks in the porn to be like, I don't know.
to be safe.
That's so not hot to me.
yeah,
Wearing it's like wearing a condom. Like, ugh,
yeah, condom porn's got to go.
I can't. I'm
there was
sorry.
a law they passed in California for a while that you had to wear condoms in porn,
I remember that.
which is hilarious. Because what are you trying to say? Well, we're going to be the moral authority
Yeah.
for pornography. If
I
you
mean,
really cared,
please.
you wouldn't let them do it at all.
Like, I'm sorry. First of all, like, if you're gonna do porn, just you got to risk getting diseases.
Yeah,
like, you're
get
gonna.
out of here. You're not even taking the
can't-
kind of risks I'm taking. And you're a pro.
I'm taking a risk of my partner finding the porn on my computer. You better not wear a condom.
Get out of here with fucking condoms. It's nonsense.
It's so not a turn on. I can't.
It is gross though that humans give each other diseases through sex.
Yeah, it
It's-
is.
It's got to be one of those things where nature's like, there's too much fucking. Like that's probably where all that stuff came from, right?
Of course. It's disgusting, but it's worth it sometimes. Not a lot, but it's worth it very few times. It's worth it.
The thing is, we got so smart that we stayed alive. We're not supposed to live this long. So we're supposed to be so horny because we need to fuck a lot and make a lot of people because most of them are going to get eaten by snakes.
I know.
That's really,
Yeah.
that's really what it is. It's mostly like crocodile monitors and alligator fucking attacks.
Yeah.
They're all eating kids.
The
and-
free porn sucks now, by the way. You got to pay for it.
Really? What
Yeah.
do you pay?
$7,500 a month. I'm paying for porn.
Is that from
I
Just
like
for
the
Laughs
si-
money?
Yeah, I made a ton this week. No, there's that site Brazzers. This is what I've been talking about all
Oh,
week with
okay.
my. Yeah, that's a good site.
So you
no,
pay for browsers?
Well, I just joined.
Do you worry about credit card fraud when you go? I mean, I would imagine.
I don't care anymore. I'm willing to lose my. I'll risk it all. I'm willing to risk my entire life savings to watch some good porn.
So free porn is just not the way to go.
I just think there's so many ads now. I click on something and I'm like I don't know what's happening. There's like, oh yeah, come on, call me. Like just
ads
leave
for,
me
like,
the fuck
live
alone. Yeah,
video.
I can't.
Well,
I can't. Fuck my pussy. Come on, yeah. Like, God, what is happening? Who am I talking to?
I think that's how
Who
a
is
lot of
this?
those gals make a living now. They do stuff in front of a camera.
I know, but that's never turned me on. I get why it turns men on. I get it.
Well,
I get it.
I think it's probably the interactive aspect of it.
I totally get it. But as me as a woman, it doesn't turn me on.
I get it. I hear you.
It just doesn't. I can't. I could never talk to someone live that I don't know.
It's just weird. But all of it's
I'd be like,
weird.
"Hi, Karen. How are you?" Like I just would feel so uncomfortable. But I understand why men want that.
It's got to be really dangerous for those girls. Because like you'd imagine like a lot of men would get very attached to them.
I have
watching them.
friends who are making tens of thousands of dollars from like sending a pair of underwear. You have no idea.
Really?
Comics.
And it's underwear, huh?
Anything. It's insane. A picture.
Wow.
A picture of something. Something they've worn. They're making so much money right now from OnlyFans or just a relationship. Not a relationship. I mean, an internet relationship.
Right.
Of sending a picture or an article of clothing or just something they've worn, like anything.
So how does that work? Does the person like if someone's on OnlyFans and someone wants to buy underwear from them, does this person? Do you know who this person is? Like, do you know their name that you're sending the underwear to? Like, is it? It's not anonymous. So like hey, Mike's kind of creepy. He's buying underwear off this lady online. Like she knows now that he's buying underwear off of her.
Right.
But they know each other now.
Well,
So now he's buying like articles of clothing and like, let me get your socks. Let me get some stinky socks. Like,
Right.
That's weird shit.
right. But he could pay $5,000.
But my question is like, where does this go? Like this is my when I'm seeing that kind of a interaction with two human beings, I'm like, does this escalate? Does it die off?
I guess it dies off sometimes, and it ends up becoming more and more and more money. And I know people who've bought a condo from it.
Wow.
Now, I don't. This is something I wouldn't do.
You don't have
but-
to clarify.
Right.
Maybe would if things go sideways.
All right, it is how I brought a house. But let's just... my socks with my smell of my ass are very a hot commodity right now.
Together in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Leave them in the sun for a while.
Yeah.
Let it heat up.
From a microwave. But let's not get into it. No, it's... listen, I have friends who are making a ton. But I wouldn't do it.
Unless you needed it.
Unless
Yeah,
I was still fat fuck because I'd need to buy food. No, it makes sense to me, but yes, it is scary. I don't know. I think sometimes it would escalate to a weird place. And plus, this is the thing, Joe. We do live shows.
Right. That's
and
my
there's
point.
no security.
Right.
And like if I'm in the middle of like Ohio doing a show, who knows if this guy's going to show up?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's no one's being vetted.
I know some gals that have had some real problems with internet guys online. Like
That
comics.
scares me.
Yeah, because they're doing a show and this guy just shows up to a show and then maybe shows up to another show that's like 2 states away and you're like, oh boy. And then maybe they know what hotel you're staying at.
They could easily know what hotel you're staying
Easily.
at.
They might be able to talk the guy at the counter into saying that you're their girlfriend.
Yep.
They want to surprise you. You never know. Especially
I
if
know
there's-
stories of that where
Yeah.
they show up to your room and knock on the door.
Especially if there's some fucking idiot that's working the counter and they don't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, you're getting a lot of money, but...
The thing is, like, how long can you do that? Like, what do you do if you get... Like, imagine. Here's the thing. Imagine you're a girl and you sell a lot of pictures of your vagina and, you know, you do stuff for money online and you're using this to pay your bills, buy a house. But then you get in a relationship with someone and then it gets kind of serious and you're thinking about getting married. If you get married, and what if the guy says, hey, I don't think you should be sticking your pussy in front of the camera every night if we're married. Well, then think about the amount of money she's risking by getting involved in an intimate relationship. And it might inhibit you from getting closer to somebody because you might think, hey, if I get serious with him and he starts telling me what to do, that I can't do this. I'm going to miss out on, like, I heard there's a girl that someone knows who's making $10,000 a month.
I know someone who's making a lot more than that.
Really?
A lot more.
Really?
There's people making $10,000 a week.
Really?
Yeah, that's no joke.
$10,000 a week.
Yes. There's comics
That's
that
crazy.
I know, not a lot, but there are some female comics where I have seen their pussy on numerous occasions and then I go on shows with them and I'm like, I've seen her pussy. Like, it feels weird.
On OnlyFans.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have
So
seen
you
their
subscribe.
pussy. No.
You pay for it. What do you mean you don't want to?
I don't.
I've never seen it. You're looking for it.
No, I'm... Meaning, it is hot. I'm not going to lie. It's hot. But I do feel weird that I'm like on shows with...
People that you've seen their
Yeah,
vaginas.
it does feel weird.
Yeah.
I'm not, because I'm not a guy. I mean,
Right.
I'm gay, but I'm not a guy.
Right.
So, I mean,
still
I
have
am
your own
gross.
pussy.
I love porn and I'm disgusting. But it is different for me as a woman. Like, I
Right.
don't love being on a show with someone where I'm like picturing, because I am picturing that. So I am
Right.
male that way, where I'm just thinking about their pussy the whole time.
And when they're showing you their pussy, is it in an artistic way?
well, I'm
or
not
is
like,
it,
they're not
like,
showing me. I've
spitting on their
seen
fingers
pictures and videos because someone showed me.
Right. But what I'm saying, when they're showing that.
Right. They're fucking themselves with a dildo
Oh.
or showing their asshole and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they're not getting fucked and stuff. They're
Right.
doing stuff to themselves, which is
Boy.
even more like, whoa.
It's all weird.
And then they're doing comedy. So I'm like, I'm watching their set and I'm picturing them fucking themselves with a dildo. I'm
you're
not
probably
listening to one joke.
Not the only one, right? And if they-
Every male comic that's watching them is picturing the exact same thing.
And so are you getting these images and videos from someone sending them to you?
Yeah, male comics show me everything. So male comics that are on the road are constantly showing me, like, women they fuck.
Oh, boy.
They're showing me pictures they get because they think I'm a guy. Like, they see me as a
Right,
guy. So
right.
they're always like, hey, Jess, check out this fucking pussy this woman just showed me, like, sent me or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of times, or they'll be like, should I fuck this girl? Look what she looks like. And I'll be like, oh my God, you should totally fuck her. Like, I'm very much like, bro out with guys like that. But I always feel weird because I'm also friends with so many female comics, so I kind of don't want to see
their pussies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just got to put that out there. Say, hey, those road skanks, bring them over.
Yeah, those I don't care about.
Those chicks that I have to do shows with. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really want to.
It'll inhibit our conversations.
Yeah, I don't really want to see.
But the thing is, it's like if you had to choose between waitressing for like $100 a night or showing your pussy.
I agree.
For $100,000 a month.
Show the puss. Show it.
Yeah. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You can get $100,000 a month showing your pussy. You're gonna say no. But that's my question about like a relationship. Like, if you're one of those girls that does that, I mean, I guess the guy just has to accept it.
Yeah. Or don't be with her.
Yeah. Or don't be with her. But the thing is, like, maybe there's a guy that's right for you, but like he's gonna have a problem with that, and you're not gonna want to do anything about it because it's so much money. Tricky.
I mean, that's a lot. They get some of these women make so much money. It's insane.
Yeah, which I'm for. I'm not against this.
I'm not either.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying that's a situation.
I've
And
never
it's
been
also
against
a situation
that.
with work, right? Like I read about this one teacher. She got fired from a job because they found out that she had an OnlyFans page, and I'm like, huh. What
That's
do you do?
a difficult one.
Yeah. What do you do about that? Should you be allowed to? But like, what if you work somewhere and then it becomes an issue? Like, what if you didn't tell anybody? What if you have an OnlyFans page under a pseudonym, and then you work somewhere, and then it gets revealed that you have this OnlyFans page, and then all the guys start getting your videos off the and then so the culture and the environment at work becomes weird.
Right. I don't know about that. It's like if you're a teacher.
Right. But if you're a teacher's kind of weird because there's kids involved.
Right.
There's development. But even then, I'm like, why is that? I remember one teacher got outed as a former porn star, and she got fired. They found out that she had done porn in the past.
That's different. That's in the past.
Yeah, but you could still watch it. That's the problem. You still everything is online, so it's all available.
Yeah.
So if you used to love to get stuffed on camera.
Stuffed.
And then
I love that term.
All of your fucking students don't want to respect you because they're dehydrated from jerking
you're in
off to you all
detention,
night.
they'll be like, oh, good.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go to detention.
Probably the
with you.
entire class is jerked off to you. Right? If you're a hot teacher that did a porn, every guy watched
it's so
it.
great having a hot teacher.
Oh, my God. It's like the greatest fantasy a man has ever known is hot teachers in college and in high school.
High school?
Yeah.
Oh.
College.
Even middle school.
Hot professor with glasses.
Oh, my God.
Especially
That's
if she dresses you down in front of the whole class, and then you get to apologize to her.
I just came. My biggest...
You're a bad boy, Bradley.
My biggest fantasy is probably like a teacher, that whole fucking teacher thing with the glasses and the... Oh, my God.
That's the biggest one?
That's a big one.
It's right up there?
Yeah. Like the white button-down shirt, the whole fucking... Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's like for guys, it's like a
like
lawyer.
Catholic school thing.
Teacher, lawyer. Yeah.
Lawyer, the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's mine.
It's also like a person in a position of authority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pantsuit or a... Yeah.
Like if Kamala
Or a
Harris
skirt.
started doing porn.
Yeah. Well... You like that?
You want kind of... No, I don't. But you know what kind of OnlyFans interaction she would have?
What?
Probably pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she would have a... Yeah.
Who's the biggest earner on OnlyFans?
I don't know. That's a
Black
good...
China.
What?
$20 million a month.
What did you just say?
Do you understand how much money that is?
Hold on a second.
Can I see a picture of her?
Hold on a second. This is the lady that's suing Kim Kardashian because she supposedly got her reality show. There was some shit with, because she had a baby
the
with
one.
Rob.
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
makes $20 million a month.
So, like, I'm looking through this.
That's what I'm talking about. These women make so much money.
That's so much money.
I know. I'm telling you, they make... It's insane how much money these women make.
How is that possible?
So everyone on this list is like the top 15 earners on there. They're all celebrities, but they maybe made that amount one time in a month, and then something changed with all of their accounts. It seems like it's like Bella Thorne is number 2. She says she's making $11 million a month, but now her account is free. What? So how you can't be making that money off of free stuff. So.
Well, right, but they have like.
Who is Bella Thorne? What does she do?
Actress.
Cardi B.
Cardi B makes $9 billion a month.
Look, monthly subscription $5. Did she how much?
She only ever posted 6 times.
Oh, she's only posted 6 times.
She made 81 million subscribers. 81 million.
Tyga, rapper.
Oh my God.
He was posting it says behind the scenes footage.
$7 million a month.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But he deleted his account to go to a competitor or something, which
wow.
I don't know.
But look at that shit though. $20 for a month. He costs more than Netflix. And you get to see behind the scenes shit, and he was making $7 million a month. That's crazy. Okay,
who's Erica Mena?
Mia Khalifa. Okay, Erica Mena. They're making a lot of fucking money.
Who are these people?
Yeah, a few people I have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
So go to number 1. Go to the number 1.
Black China.
Yeah, I want to see it. So this is what's insane. So she charges $19.99. I like how she's like a business person.
I know. Me
I'm not
too.
going to charge $20. I'm going to charge $19.99.
33 years old too.
She's made 155
That's a lot of posts.
And amassed around, how many likes on her OnlyFans page? She has 18 million Instagram followers.
Yeah, some of the numbers don't add up to that number at 20 million, which I'm like, okay, well, that's fine.
She has risen to the top of the list in terms of earnings on OnlyFans. So
is she hot? What does she look like? She has to be hot.
She was a stripper, right?
Maybe.
I mean, she's not unattractive, right? I couldn't pick her out of a lineup.
Could we see a picture of her?
She's
sorry. Yeah.
Balling out of control, though. Oh, she looks great there. Is that really what she looks like? She's hot as fuck.
I mean, that's not hot.
That's a different one.
Okay.
Okay. That's why it's so hard to tell with these goddamn pictures. Point is, she's making.
I would assume she does some sick shit on there.
Well, she might look totally different within a year now.
It depends what she's doing on there too.
Oh, what are you trying to say, Mom?
If she's doing some interesting things on there, she's going to get more people to watch.
Foot Freak Mondays. Fans only. Link in bio.
See?
Like that.
Like if she's doing foot shit.
Foot shit.
And
foot shit's where the money's at?
A lot of people are going to subscribe to see some shit with your feet.
How weird is that?
Do you get it?
No.
I don't either.
Not really. I mean, pretty feet are hot.
They are hot.
Yeah.
I love pretty feet.
I don't get where people jerk off their feet.
Are obsessed.
Yeah.
I've had people ask me for pictures of my feet, and
I have
nice feet, but it's crazy.
I found a magazine with my friends in the woods.
Yeah.
When we were 13. And it was Foot Action magazine.
Really?
Yeah. I talk about it on stage sometimes.
That
I have a whole bit about it.
So funny.
Really happened. Yeah, we found these this was like a bag that someone had stashed in the woods of porns, because that's where you'd find porn when I was a kid. You'd find it in the forest, because if you do this some sad married guy who had to go hide in the woods, and he had a stash of porn. But this really did happen.
Amazing.
We're going through this magazine, and we realized somewhere in the magazine that it's like a fetish magazine. It looked just like it didn't make any sense. It's where's the sex? What's happening here? It got to the end of the magazine, and my friend goes, "Dude, that shit was all just dicks and feet."
And you were 13. That must have been so
I might have been
weird.
younger because I was living in Florida at the time. And that was between 11 and 13. I lived in Florida. And we found that magazine.
I know, of course, we know comics who are obsessed with feet.
Yeah.
I do.
Fitzsimmons is obsessed with feet.
He is.
Yeah.
He told me that.
He gets weird about it. He starts sweating.
Yeah, I know. He loves feet. He does. That's so funny. I know that. Yep. He's like, yeah.
But he's open about it. It's out there.
Yep. Yep.
Do girls have a thing, a similar thing like that?
I'm trying to think. Like a weird. I mean, girls love hands.
Hands.
Yeah, with men, I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, I have a couple of friends who love men's thighs.
Thighs.
Yeah, like a big thigh. I know. I don't. I get that though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think of what else. But women love men's hands.
Hands.
Yeah, like if you're thinking of like,
but they don't.
Not feet.
Yeah, they
It's
don't.
not a thing for women.
Isn't that weird?
At all.
At all. It's like
it's the opposite.
Gross.
Like ugh,
Gross. Yeah.
Gross. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Like what about people is attractive is very interesting because we know what it is. We know what an attractive person is, and it's normal. We're accustomed to it. But if you weren't a human and you were watching humans from afar,
yeah,
and you were like some other life form, you're like, look at how arbitrary it is. Like what they decide is attractive. Like why is this shit attractive?
I've
why
thought.
is
Do you know,
eyelashes?
I just was thinking about that recently.
Where it gets crazy, where they look like spiders growing out of your eyes.
I was thinking. I'm not kidding. I was like, why are certain things attractive?
Yeah, it's weird.
Because there have been studies about this.
Yes.
Why
I'm sure.
certain body, like on our face.
Yeah.
Why certain features are like, why are thick eyebrows are important?
Right. Why is that? And it didn't used to be for a while. Remember, girls would pluck them. They got them down to like thin little pencil lines, and then they went back to big bushy eyebrows.
Right. And why are thick lips, or why are certain noses?
That one's easy.
Oh, for dick.
Dick and kissing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That makes complete. I don't know why I just said that.
Thick lips are a sign of like vitality. Like you're juicy. There's a lot going on with you.
Yeah.
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 And also for sucking dick.
Yeah.
But
or long eyelashes.
Yeah, the eyelashes thing is strange to me. And eyeliner is strange because it's so fake, but it's so prevalent. Like it's universally adopted. Like eyeliner, lipstick.
Like why cheekbones on a woman?
Why is that so?
And not like a full face. I mean, really.
I guess it's like a thing where you're looking for symmetry, and the symmetry is present, which means like it's a great representation genetically. But it's strange that we give a fuck about that so much. But that's like there's a root of sexual attraction. Like obviously people have types. Like some people like thin people, some people like big people like all kinds of different heights and all kinds of different hair colors. That's normal.
That's interesting too, though.
It is interesting. But there's a general attractive shape for women.
Yes. Definitely.
It seems to indicate that a woman is more fertile. And then a woman is better suited to have children.
Yes.
Just overall. Wide hips, large boobs.
Yeah.
Big butt.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a genetic thing. But the lipstick isn't. The makeup isn't. The fucking eyeshadow isn't. That's all weird.
I think part of that is from society and like media and
for sure. But what's the root of it?
Sold. I know. I don't know.
That it's for sure from media, for sure. But it's fascinating that it's so adopted that it's pretty much universal. Like for a girl to walk around with no makeup on, that's a big flex. Like for a really hot girl that has no makeup on, like she's so hot she doesn't even have to wear makeup. Like,
I love that though.
Yeah. But isn't that amazing it's so prevalent that people wear makeup that when someone doesn't, it's like, wow, she's so bold. You know, like girls would take photos and put it on their Instagram, no filter.
I know.
No hashtag no filter. That's what I really look like.
Yeah.
So you know, oh my God, that's what she's so hot. She could show you her real face.
Her real face.
Yeah,
I know. It's
that's
true.
What it is.
It's gotten crazy. These people who have so many filters and so much, I find that so unattractive.
It's weird.
I really don't. I'm not attracted to that at all.
Yeah. The filler thing is strange.
Yeah, it really is.
Because you can get to a point where you look like you got stung by bees.
It's bad. I mean, some people look really insane now. It's gotten really bad.
But how many people look good? You just don't know about it.
What do you mean by that?
Like, how many people are doing it the right way? Is that a large number?
No.
No.
I think most people are doing it the wrong way and getting too much done. That gets very addictive. The whole surgery, like all the procedures, it's not good. In my opinion.
Oof. Yeah. Well, body dysmorphia is real.
It's bad. Yeah,
it's
it's
real.
thing.
And you can, like, we've all seen people with crazy fat lips. Oh, this thing Jamie sent me. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Shows. He sent me this last night.
What?
No warnings. He just sends me this. Out of nowhere. Just living my life. He sends me this. So here we are. Some woman on the beach.
Oh.
Is that the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life? What it is a woman who has, you know how you see like a woman who has fake boobs and they seem preposterous?
Yeah.
Well, this woman has done that with her butt. And it's so crazy that
it's a table. She has a table
so far out.
You could have a whole meal on her ass.
You know what's weird? It's like when you're looking at her, she's obviously like very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like that lady
she looks like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, I bet if she didn't have a fake ass, her ass would be incredible. But she just went crazy and stuffed whatever's in there. That looks like, I guess they use implants, which is so crazy because then you're thinking of like, what kind of implants? Like, what's it made out of? You have to sit on it all the time? So you're sitting on your implant all the time? Because that's not a fat thing. It doesn't be fat. That doesn't look fat.
She has no fat on her, but I mean, she has
like,
a tiny, tiny bit of fat.
She looks jacked.
Jacked.
With a big old fake butt.
So that's a sickness.
Yes.
Because that's insane what we just looked at. She has two head. She has two of your head.
Yeah, she has two of my
bigger.
heads. Yeah, bigger than my head, one on each butt cheek.
Right.
It's sad. If that was my daughter, I'd be so fucking depressed.
To me, it's incredibly sad. Because something's horribly wrong with her that she had to do that.
Do you think it starts out with like a little bit of this, a little bit of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because her face, she probably had a lot done to her face. Right. She looks like, very angry.
This fucking lip thing.
So she probably had a lot done to her face. And then she said, oh, let me get this done. Let me get that done. And then she started with her ass. But she looked like... Everyone that looks at her is pointing her out and laughing and shocked.
Yeah, I don't think she understands that. Well,
and she still doesn't probably think she looks good.
I think one of the things that happened with this generation of reality TV stars is you got to see some really positive plastic surgery stories. Mm-hmm. Fortunately or unfortunately, right? Maybe they just got better at it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, was it Kylie? Is she the one who had like a lot of stuff done?
I can never remember.
One of them had a big wide face.
Mm-hmm.
And they shrunk it down and changed her shit. Like they did so much to her. And you look at her now, she's like stunning. It's like
I don't know which one
her skull.
I am so confused.
Is that? Yeah. They changed her face. And so people see that and they go, oh, well, look, that's better. And they go, well, it definitely works. Like you should like just go to a good doctor, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I'd be so scared to get all that done. I mean, even if you go to a great doctor. I feel like a lot of men are getting stuff done now, too.
I'm sure they are.
Like famous guys.
Like face stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, people get scared of changing. You know, gravity wins. You start getting like little jowls. You go, maybe I'll just tighten this up right here.
I know, but what if they fuck it up? Has Elon Musk gotten stuff done? We just were talking about him. I mean, his face looks...
He just eats a lot. No, he's fucking sleeps 3 hours a night. He's got 5 different jobs he's running simultaneously.
Right.
He parties a little bit.
Okay.
You know, the guy is probably not capable of being as healthy as he'd like to be.
Right. I get it.
He's just so busy. You know how many fucking literal society-changing enterprises that guy's involved in? And now another one with reforming Twitter?
I know. I guess it is from just being a fucking workaholic and not sleeping.
He doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
He sleeps like on a couch sometimes.
Right.
He doesn't even have a house.
Really?
He sleeps on other people's houses.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
That's insane.
Oh, he's insane. Yeah, he can buy whatever fucking house he wants. But he's like, oh. He told me it was an attack vector. It's an attack vector. I'm like, okay, I guess it is. If you're a billionaire and you don't even own a fucking house, what are they going to say? Like, oh, look at you in your fucking mansion. I don't own a mansion. And then they got to go, oh, fuck. Like, it's like, he's very wise in that regard.
Yeah.
Because it is really an attack vector. And if he really does stay at other people's houses, when he really does do that.
That's so fascinating.
Sometimes
to
he
me.
stays in this little tiny $50,000 house. Like he has like a little tiny house.
Yeah.
Like over by where his rocket factory is. And he stays in this little tiny house. Yeah. It's wild. But hey, you know, he's Elon Musk. He could do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
He is our generation's super genius. He's our generation's radical, transformative super genius who's doing he's doing groundbreaking work in like 4 different industries simultaneously.
Yeah.
It's very strange. There's no one like that that's ever really existed before that was very public, speaks a lot, and then with social media, like tweets, memes. Did you see what he tweeted about Bill Gates?
Let me see. I don't know.
Well, first of all, him and Bill Gates got into it because Bill Gates shorted Tesla stock. And so Bill Gates reached out to him and talked to him about philanthropy. And you could tell it's probably real because it's a text message. Like it's green text from Bill Gates. So Bill Gates is not going to own a fucking iPhone, right? Bill Gates hates Apple. So he probably uses an Android. And so, and he says, are you still shorting Tesla stock? And Bill Gates says, unfortunately, yes, but I want to talk to you about philanthropy. And he goes, I can't take any of your advice about climate change seriously when you're shorting Tesla, a company that's doing the most to affect climate change.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, which is true. I mean, he's revolutionized the electric automobile business, revolutionized it. He talked about emissions, like changing emissions, revolutionized it. And they're superior to like anything that is an internal combustion engine car. Have you ever driven a Tesla?
Never.
It's fucking preposterously good. They're so fast. It's great.
I'm sure.
It is like a ride, like a roller coaster, and they drive themselves. The fucking the handling, everything is fantastic. The audio quality, the comfort level. It's an amazing car. So his position was like that. Bill Gates is like, go fuck yourself, right? So then he tweets this after this conversation.
That is...
No, go all the way up back so you can see the actual tweet. Oh, in case you need to lose a boner fast, it says up there. So this is what he tweets.
That is hysterical.
I mean, come on. Who the fuck does that?
Look at Bill Gates.
Yeah. Well, he's eating all those fucking plant burgers. He's trying to tell the world they have to switch over to plant-based meat. Hey, buddy, that shit's not good for you. You're eating a bunch of seed oils and your gut's inflamed. It's so bad. Like, for that guy to be talking to anybody about health, like, stop. Like, this is insanity. You can't do that. You can't look like that and talk about health.
After that text?
That is morbidly obese. That kind of gut, when you have a gut like that, and you're in your 60s, late 60s, those are the guys that have heart attacks. For real, why are you laughing?
Because of the picture. The picture is incredible.
That's his gut. He's got a big gut. Yeah. He's not accurate either. Like, that's not true. Like, he also has a vested interest in saying this because he owns more farmland than anyone in the country.
He does?
Bill Gates owns a shitload of farmland. And I would assume that he's going to use that farmland to grow plant-based burgers. I haven't had one. Oh, I did have one. My friend CK brought it when we were doing, when Dave Chappelle and I were doing shows at Stubbs. He brought these burgers backstage, and some of them were plant-based burgers, and I tried one.
Did you like it?
It's hard to tell because it was like mixed up with sauce and lettuce, and it was okay. I mean, they made something that is a reasonable facsimile of meat, you know.
I know. There's always a ton of other shit on it, and in it, like,
Yeah.
you can't, it's...
Do you know there's a company that's cloning tiger meat, and they're going to sell tiger steaks to restaurants?
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. They're 3D printing tiger meat, and a bunch of other exotic, illegal to eat animals. They're going to take their tissue and they 3D print it.
I don't understand. I don't know what that means.
Exactly. I don't either.
Like I don't even know what you just said. Yeah.
I'm repeating words that smart people say. But
yeah.
3D printing meat. They're actually, and they have done this with beef, where they've actually concocted a combination of beef fat and beef muscle tissue and made a synthetic steak out of it. So through some sort of a process of a replication of cells, they'll take a small amount of cells from animals and then they'll convert that into some sort of a petri dish slab of meat.
What?
Yeah. Exactly.
Who's doing that?
Well, I know they've been trying to do that for a while with beef, but it's exorbitantly expensive. Like I think one steak is somewhere in the neighborhood of a couple $100,000 to create right now, because they're experimenting and they haven't ramped up the scale of production to the point where they can mass produce and make it cheaper. But this company apparently has some sort of tech, but they might not, right? It might just be morons like me. They release a press release and it's all vaporware, and then they get someone to invest, and then they pump and dump. That could be true too.
Wouldn't it be more expensive with tiger meat?
It depends where you get the tiger meat from. If you get the tiger meat from India, I bet they kill tigers there all the time.
Yeah.
Especially there's an area called the Sundarbans, and this is an area where I had a bit about it in my 2009 special, because there was one boat, I think it was like 4 guys in the boat, and 3 of them were killed by tigers, where the tiger swam out to the boat, killed a guy, dragged him into the water, dropped him off at the beach, jumped back in the water, swam back out to the boat again, killed a guy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They kill a lot of people out there. They kill so many people out there that when they go to take surveys of them, they all carry rifles, and they have these helmets on that are to protect the back of their neck, because that's where they bite you. They bite you in the back of the neck.
Holy shit.
So the helmets come down on the back of the neck, and then they put a mask on the back of the helmet. So a tiger would think it's a face, because tigers want to attack you from behind. How wild is that?
That's incredible.
So, my point is, if you get your meat from there, here it is. What does it say? Primeval Foods holding tasting events for cultivated lion, tiger, and zebra meat in London and New York. You can get zebra in Texas. Don't impress me with zebra. I live in Texas. My wife saw a zebra.
Where?
She was driving home. There's a wild zebra.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. She was
a wild zebra?
She's coming back from Dripping Springs. She saw a fucking zebra. Because people just have zebras out here.
I've never heard that before. Is that sushi?
My friend asked me to kill a zebra. He's got an asshole zebra. He said, "Will you kill my zebra?"
Wait a second. Back up. I can't believe I just saw zebra sushi.
Zebra
number one.
Sushi. Show me that again. Is it raw?
What the fuck
raw
is
zebra. Zebra sushi rolls. 100% cultivated. So somebody had to shoot a zebra, I think, to get the meat, though.
It looks so well marketed. It sounds like a troll, but
it does, right?
I can't tell.
Well, I mean, if you're going to get people to talk about it, that's the way to do it.
Okay.
Veganomics. Is this all about vegan stuff?
That's where I just found the press release about the event. But
well, if they find out that it's ethical and sustainable, and then no animals have to die, and you could eat meat and maintain health and nutrition, I wonder how healthy you get from eating tiger meat.
I need to ask you a quick question. Why are there wild zebras in Texas?
Well, people in Texas are allowed to have domestic animals that are exotic.
Oh.
Like you can keep pets.
So someone just did what they did with the snake. Like they just let go of a zebra?
Someone probably jumped a fence.
Oh.
They probably had a fence. Something broke a hole through the fence and the zebra got out.
So one of your friends has a zebra on their property and wants
killing the young zebras. He's not a viable male anymore. He's an older male.
Got it.
He's no longer sexually viable. But when the colts are born, he kills the males.
Oh.
He's an asshole. Yeah, so he'll go over to a young zebra and just stomp him to death. And so he's got to try to figure out how to kill the zebra, and he asked me to kill the zebra.
So he doesn't want to kill it?
Actually, he'd kill it. He's just a friend. He wanted me to kill it for him. He thought it'd be fun if I killed a zebra.
Oh, I get it.
And I was going to eat it, too. because zebra meat is good to eat. It's actually, and even though it's weird because they like look like horses, everybody that I know that has had zebra meat says it's actually delicious.
Wow.
Because it's a wild game animal, essentially. It's not much different, but we think of them as horses because they're so close to horses. It's a fucking beautiful animal. Like what a
Zebras
wild design.
And they know two have the same design, which is so.
And they think that design is sort of distract, like because they're in herds, right? They're in this big giant group of them. As they're running, that distracts animals where they hesitate and they can't figure out which one to go for because they can't lock onto any one.
Right.
So
interesting.
Wild colors. It's like it's not camouflage in the sense that it hides them, but it confuses predators just long enough so they can run away.
Have you been to Africa?
I have not.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd love to do
I'm
that.
dying to go.
Where do you want to go? What part?
I want to travel I really want to go to a bunch of places there. My mom went on one of those, like Zach got this luxury trip and didn't take it, my stepbrother, and then gave it to my mother and stepfather, and they stayed in like a tree house that was glass enclosed, and the animals came to the window. I mean, it's really unbelievable. And they went on the safaris, and I'm dying to do, but it'd have to be like a amazing trip, like.
You got to make sure they pay attention.
Luxury.
I was reading about this lady who was staying at a safari resort.
Yeah.
And 2 female lions killed her in the shower.
Really?
Could you imagine? You're in Africa, you're like, I'm going to go to Africa and I'm going to hang out with nature. This is going to be amazing. And you're in there washing your pussy and you hear
another pussy comes and kills you. That's a good.
You turn, you see
you sound like my ex.
Fucking lion.
No.
Is that what she sounded like?
No, joking. When she was about to eat me out. I want you. That's such a good impression.
Can you imagine that sound, like hearing that sound and knowing it's the last noises you're going to hear?
That is the worst thought I could ever.
Man devoured by lions while taking a shower in Zimbabwe. Oof. A whole pride of lions while taking a shower in a camp in the north of the country. The conservation body said, "Why did I thought it was a woman?"
It might have been.
I think it's more.
This could be a different
I
story.
can't imagine it's happened only once.
Yeah, it's happened. I think they probably know to go after people.
Hearing that sound right before you're going to die is just.
Is that worse though, or is the fucking Komodo dragon worse? Watching that thing eat you foot first.
The dragon's worse. The dragon. Going into that thing one piece at a time with that chomp is worse than a lion just. Because you would die, I think, from the lion quicker.
The thing about Komodo dragons is they have poison in their saliva. And their mouths are infected. It's a combination of there's botulism in their saliva and a bunch of toxins, and they bite you and then they follow you. They don't kill you, like chase you down and kill you. They bite you and then they slowly watch you wither away till you can't run anymore.
They're horrible.
And then they tear you apart. And they always go guts first. They always eat guts first because that's the softest spot. So they go after your guts. So you'd be lying on your back poisoned, and this thing would just be pulling your entrails out.
Right.
Heartless, thoughtless, emotionless fucking creeps.
But being bitten by a lion while you're naked in a shower and just seeing that thing look at you and about to, what a fucking horrible way to die.
It would suffocate you quick though.
Yeah, right. You die immediately, I think.
Yeah, they just go for your neck.
Right.
They all go for your neck. They just clamp on your neck. That's the difference between getting eaten by a thing like a lion and getting eaten by a thing that just starts eating.
But that's interesting because they carry their babies by the back of the neck. So when you said that, that was interesting to me.
Well, they scruff. They carry them by the scruff. When they get your neck, they're going to get you here. Mm-hmm. They'll get you here too, though. Their head is so big. I mean, with our little bitch-ass necks, a lion would just wrap around the whole neck. I mean, lions' heads are so big. They're so big, it's insane. And it's all designed for killing.
You have to go to Africa.
I do have to go to Africa.
You would be in heaven.
My kids were young, and I didn't want to give them malaria medication. That's all it was.
Yeah.
because I was like, I'm not going there by myself, and I wanted to go to Tanzania, and I wanted them to see like all these animals in the wild. But the malaria thing was like, wait, what is this medication? Like, what's the side effects? What does it do? And then my friend Dave, Dave Foley, he was supposed to go to Africa back in the day when we were on news radio, and he was taking malaria medication, and apparently you're not supposed to drink while you take this stuff, and he was drinking and just like blacking out and saying crazy shit and trying to start fights with people.
Oh my God.
And if you knew Dave, you know how hilarious that is, because he's like the nicest guy on earth. He's so peaceful. But like he took a reporter's, we were at like this press thing. He took a reporter's tape recorder and dunked it in his drink.
It's made him crazy.
It made him crazy. Yeah. It does that to people though. It's a common side effect of some types of that malaria medication when you drink alcohol. Like you just like, you go fucking bonkers.
I forgot you have to take my mom had,
Yeah, you have to
get
take stuff.
really jacked up on that shit.
In advance.
Right, I know.
My buddy's had malaria 3 times. I have a good friend of mine who's got malaria. He runs Fight for the Forgotten, which is they build wells for the pygmies in the Congo and in Zimbabwe now too, and or Uganda rather. And they're building these wells, and he goes over, and he was staying in the Congo like on multiple times. He got fucking malaria, Justin Wren. He got malaria 3 times.
Oh my God.
Yeah, while running this charity, while trying to help these people make wells.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like it fucks you up. He also had some sort of a parasite that infected his brain, and it took them. How long did it take them? Like something like 6 months to clean it up, like whatever it was. Like he was fucked. Like legitimately fucked for 6 months, and they didn't even know what it was. It might have been more than 6 months. It might have been a year. But he detailed it on the podcast. We're like, what? Like it was some sort of a brain bacteria. This is like
scary.
All while he's going over to Africa
to help people.
Like there's people that are better than us. They're better than us, Jesse.
I know.
They're better.
I know. So much
They're
better.
better people.
And then they get sick.
Mm-hmm. But, he almost died from malaria. He said it's no joke. He's like, it's a terrible, terrible disease. Malaria has killed, I think the number that we found out that seems to be accurate. They think malaria has killed more than half of the people who have ever died ever.
Really?
Yeah.
In the world, you mean? Like the number is that's ever died ever in the history of...
Yeah. I think they think it's somewhere, like it's hard to substantiate because, people have been dying from malaria for so long.
Yeah.
But it's so prevalent. It's probably the number one killer other than like old age and injury, stuff like that. Malaria is horrible.
I didn't know that.
Horrible disease. What does it say? I know we've done this before, but I don't remember the results. Do you?
So I'm looking at both things. I was going to correct it, and then the third link down says the exact thing that you just repeated.
Yeah.
So when I Google in how many people have died from it, it says maybe between about 150 million and 300 million lives, which is 2 to 5% of all deaths.
That's every year?
No.
Ever?
Total. In the 20th century alone.
Yeah, but then what's the other link?
That's the 20th century alone.
Right.
But then this says it's killed nearly half of all people. But this is as of 2002. And I feel like we've dug through this at one point, and then it was like it couldn't have because there's been like 54 billion people.
Right. So has there only been 50? Isn't that wild? There's like 8 billion people now, and there's only been 50 billion people ever.
Oh my God.
Isn't that wild?
Really?
Oh yeah, we're fucking like rats on a sinking ship right now. We're everywhere.
There's only been 50 billion people.
I think that's
ever,
the number. I think that's the number.
And there's 8 billion now?
Yeah. See if that's true.
That's insane.
I might be just making shit up left and right.
It sounds incredible.
That 54 billion deaths is like an estimate I'm looking at right now.
Well,
a historical.
How many immortals?
No.
Subtract the immortals from
one or two maybe then. But they dug some people on another podcast dug through that same article.
At some time during the 19th century, malaria reached its global limits in absolute numbers and in the proportion of humanity now affected. Malaria was exacting its highest toll highest ever toll of sickness and death. Well over 1/2 of the world's population was at significant risk from malaria. Of those directly affected by malaria, at least 1 in 10 would expect to die from it. Jesus.
It's crazy.
It's a scary, scary disease. And it's all stagnant water and mosquitoes. And one of the things they're trying to do to combat it is they're creating different kinds of mosquitoes that are that don't get malaria, and they're going to have these mosquitoes breed with other mosquitoes, and like they're gonna some sort of weird genetically engineered mosquito thing. And everybody's like, hey, what happens? What's the long term on this? Like, do you know what the fuck's going to happen when you release genetically modified mosquitoes? This sounds like a goddamn horror movie. Doesn't that sound like a zombie movie?
Yeah. How are they going to have? How can you make mosquitoes that don't get malaria?
Well, it's like Jeff Goldblum said in Jurassic Park. It's a strange thing when you manipulate nature. What was his quote?
How the fuck do you do that?
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way. That's what it was. What he's doing is they're making a mosquito to combat the mosquitoes that are carrying malaria. How they're doing it, I'm not sure. And whether or not they know for sure that malaria will never mutate.
So scary.
And that genetically modified mosquito will never mutate. I'm not sure. Maybe they know. Life finds a way.
So weird.
Yeah.
Like you can make a mosquito
Here it is. Anopheles mosquitoes that have been genetically engineered with multiple anti-malaria molecules acting at different stages of the malaria life cycle are strongly resistant to the parasite that causes malaria and unlikely to lose that resistance quickly, according to a study.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we've never do this large scale. The thing that I would worry about is some sort of mutation.
Right.
Or
this
another
is all
disease.
so crazy.
Yeah. If malaria decides like, all we have to do is just change a little, and this stupid fucking mosquito becomes the perfect carrier for malaria.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if you just said this, but is it as bad now? Still
malaria?
Yeah.
Still bad. Yeah, it's still very bad. It's bad in jungle areas in particular because of stagnant water. But it's an extremely prevalent disease in third world countries. Scary stuff. So especially, hot climates, obviously, with stagnant water. They had a malaria outbreak in the United States at one point in time.
Yeah, everyone's just
combat.
Constantly complaining here. We have it so good.
We got it pretty soft.
I can't fucking handle it.
In comparison.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Are you worried about anything right now? Are you worried about like nuclear war with Russia?
No.
Anything? No. Nice. No, I'm not. Good. I'm going with you.
I don't. Are you worried about that?
I'm not worried.
I mean, I just don't think that's like an immediate thing with him.
No, it could happen tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it in the next 5 minutes.
It's not right now. Right now, we're just chilling.
Do you really
coffee.
think that
Yes.
is really?
Yes.
Let me hear why.
Well, he has them.
I get it.
And he's killing people. He's killing people in Ukraine. He's killing a lot of people in Ukraine. Thousands and thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between, let's say the civilian casualty and Ukrainian casualty number is up to, let's say it's 5,000, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's 10,000. What's to stop a nuclear bomb that'll kill 100,000? Why wouldn't he? What if he's cornered? What if there's no way out of this there's no way to save face?
I mean, I haven't watched the news like I told you, but listen, isn't he taking over the country? Isn't he successful right now in what's happening?
In taking over Ukraine?
Yes. That's why I don't think he would. Does he have a reason to do that right now?
Russia's definitely taken over some cities.
Right. That's why I'm saying, why would he do that now if he's succeeding?
Because they've lost a lot of Russian troops. The casualty numbers have been very high. They don't know how many. Because they have a literal crematorium that they're carrying on wheels where they're throwing. This is according to, was it Garcia said that? Who said that? The guy was on the podcast. what's going on is, and he had just gotten back from there, right? They are traveling around, and when the Russian troops would die, they have a specific truck that's an incinerator truck, and they just throw the bodies into the incinerator. So they're literally dragging around a crematorium. So they don't know how many people are dying from it.
I guess what I'm thinking is, if he were losing the war, like if he's not getting what he wants, I would be more worried.
I don't know if he's getting what he wants, because I think there's a lot of economic sanctions that are in place that are crippling the country. I think these oligarchs are freaking the fuck out because they're getting their yachts repossessed and they're fleeing to all parts of the globe. I think he's going to lose support of a lot of those guys. And if Russian troops keep dying, I don't know what the numbers are, but there could be a point in time where, look, this war is fairly recent. What if like we're dealing with like high casualty levels for the next year, 2 years, 3 years? At what point in time does he decide to use weapons that he has that Ukraine doesn't?
Got it. Now, if he did do that, what do you think's going to happen?
That's what I'm scared of. That's what I'm really scared of. Because if he nukes something and we do nothing, that's really scary. If he nukes something and we do something, that's really
even
scary.
scarier.
Yeah, both of them.
Much
are scary.
scarier.
They're both scary. Because if he nukes Ukraine and then decides to annex or just take over all of the countries that used to be a part of the Soviet Union.
I know.
If he tries to reassemble the Soviet Union, he's a ruthless guy. I mean, he's a ruthless dictator.
I know.
And it's not like they haven't put pressure on him. It's all really strange stuff because there's so many things at play. I watched this whole video that this guy put up on YouTube. It's a really interesting video, long video explaining the long history of Ukraine and the conflicts and why Russia is interested in Ukraine and why they took over Crimea and all that. It's very complicated part of the world.
I want to watch that because I want to know more about it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
It's fascinating to me.
It could spill over to the United States, I think. It's not. No one expected this. No one expected this hot war between Russia and Ukraine when they used to be a part of the same country just a while ago. You know, just a few decades ago, they were a part of the same country, and now they're killing each other. It's for a lot of people, this was a much more serious thing than they expected.
Yeah, this happened like I know it's very
spooky.
I don't think that I actually think if he did use nuclear weapons, that the countries would not stand by and do nothing.
Would you worry about living in New York City? Mm-hmm. Because I think that would be a good spot to nuke.
I do. I would be worried about living in New York. I always worry about living in New York City during any kind of conflict around the world.
Because it's such a target, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I lived there on 9/11. I was running in the street.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Like did you see the planes hit, or did you see the
I
tower
didn't
go
see
down?
the planes hit. I saw smoke in the air for 6 months. I was uptown. I was working in the, it was the election that day. There was the, what's it called? I was working. I was making $100 working, in a school where people were like doing the ballots and all that stuff. And then there was a cop in there, and I heard it on his radio. It was the scariest thing. We got a situation down here. Everyone was like, a plane just hit the World Trade Center. It was crazy. I heard it on the radio. And I was like, and then when the second plane hit, I ran out of there and just fucking grabbed my stuff and ran. And then everyone was running in the streets.
It was a very real feeling.
It was
insane.
insane.
It was going to keep happening. We were going to keep
Oh my God. I was like,
and...
I'm going to get hit.
Yeah.
I ran to my apartment. My phone didn't work. My family had no idea if I was okay. My stepfather was a lawyer and he was doing a deposition, so he was running in the street covered in soot. Wow. His whole suit, he couldn't get out of the city, and he had to walk over the bridge. It was horrible. Horrible. I was traumatized from that. Jeez. So I haven't taken a subway since that day because I will never. I always think that New York will be. I have to tell you, I am shocked that just the other day, something happened on a subway. I am shocked that nothing has happened since 9/11 on a subway.
And that was just one crazy dude.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
I can't believe that there hasn't been a terrorist attack on a subway since 9/11.
Do you think you're going to stay there forever?
No, I don't live in New York City. I live on Long Island. I bought a house. I couldn't, like, I love New York City, but I mean, it's just, I mean, now I would never live in New York City. It's too dangerous. Crazy.
Tim said that too. Tim Dillon said the exact same thing.
Yeah. We talked about it the other day. I mean, it's crazy. My friend who's a comic was riding his bike, and some guy, like, he went on his bike by mistake at a red light, and some guy got out of his car. He made a mistake on his bike and, like, went when he wasn't supposed to. Guy got out of his car, punched him right in the ribs. Just, like, got out of his car and punched him in the ribs for making a mistake and going.
Jesus Christ.
It's just they're not thinking twice about just being violent at this point, and
there's no cops. Or
There's
the cops are not acting the way they acted before. There's
right.
not the same
it's
police
not
presence.
the same, not at all.
But there is performative dance.
Yes, and it's amazing. It's really beautiful.
We're gonna bring it back with the arts. We're gonna start with the arts. Like,
well, the cops are doing interpretive dance when there's a crime now.
Well,
that's what they do.
We've been doing this for 3 hours already.
We have?
Yeah.
I can't believe
is that
it.
right? Yeah. How nuts is that?
It doesn't feel like 3 hours. It really doesn't. It doesn't.
Well, it's fun. It's fun talking to you.
I love
It's a good
talking
time.
to you.
I love talking to you too. If you ever decide to move out of Long Island, this is a good spot.
I love it here.
I love it here too.
It's great.
I want to show you the club. We'll show you the club later.
Yeah, I'm
some other
dying to
time.
see it.
But thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you
You
very
put
much.
together a great thing here. I mean, I just saw the whole setup. It's fucking amazing.
It's pretty wild.
Great. Have you talked about it on air?
No.
It's amazing.
People don't know.
Well, the bathroom is really beautiful.
It is, right?
Yes.
Got a float tank in it. All right, my friend. Thank you very much. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you on social media, website stuff.
Yes, so all my dates are up and consistently go up on jessicakirson.com. I'm on TikTok, which is funny because I put crowd work videos on TikTok, which is rare.
I've seen them on Instagram.
Yeah, they're on Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok, Jessica Kirson, Instagram, Jessie Kirson, and I'm on tour right now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, jessicakirson.com.
You're really fucking funny. I'm very excited that you're out there.
Thank you, Joe. You're the best.
No, you're the best. All right, that's it. Bye, everybody. See ya.